That's what
Okay.
I like to hear.
So obviously, podcast this time around is going to be all about Twitch and streaming and all that good stuff. So I guess the first question will be, how long has everybody been streaming? Uh,
Who
I'll
wants to
someone.
go
go
first.
first?
This is Zombie Killer here. I have been streaming for a total, I want to say, of about between 2 and 3 years altogether.
All right. I've been around, I want to say since 2013. Stopped for a while and then started back up like July or no, June of last year, I think. I actually started like taking it seriously again. So I've been around for a while.
I am in the same boats as Faith. I started late 2013. I actually got a streaming PC 2014. Took a break, and I'm back at it again as of October.
And I've been streaming probably since about 2014. Same thing. Took a break for a little while, got back into it, and almost took another break, and then got back into it again.
Bearded lady hype.
I think mine's about the same. I started streaming right at the end of like 2013 into 2014. Took a break. I was off and on. Wanted to find what I wanted to do, and then when I found that, we've got this. So here's where we're at today.
Awesome. All right. What led everybody to start streaming? Why did you start?
I actually started streaming for the biggest reason that pretty much the entire Twitch service is oversaturated. I wanted to make the extra money doing something I honestly loved. And within about 6 months, I realized that was not going to happen anywhere near as quick as I had hoped for. But here I am still going at it, still kicking, and we'll go from here.
God, why did I start? I think mainly started because I said, "Hell, this looks fucking fun. Let me just try this out." That's really it. I mean, it was like, "Oh, this thing exists. What the fuck? This is cool." And
you play games for money?
Games for money? Whoa! But yeah, I mean, that's really what it was. I saw it. I was watching some RuneScape streamers at the time, and I was just like, "Man, I could do this."
Hey. Yeah, with me, I don't really remember what got me started. I feel like it was just like some of my friends were streaming, so I'm like, I'm gonna try it out too. I'm not 100% sure on that. I just can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was just the fact that I was playing so many single player games, and I started getting into Call of Duty, Battlefield, wanting to play with other people. And once I started getting the MMOs, it just kind of piqued my interest. But like, well, if I stream, maybe people will see me and say, "Hey, you want to play?" And sure enough, actually, several people did, and that's pretty much how I got into it. Mine was, I never really got into the whole monetary aspect until maybe just about a year ago. So up until then, it was just, hey, I just want to find people to play with.
Cool.
I got into it because I saw it as a way to do everything that I like to do with my hobbies all together at the same time, because I was always into technology, always loved computers. I obviously always loved video games, and I really like money. So
Amen.
I figured this was an end to the means of the break in my insanity of trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. That, and in the process, I kind of looked at the span of all of my friendships that I've ever had, and I would say 90% of them have been purely through gaming. It's in general, no matter what you get, what game you play, you're gonna meet somebody. You're gonna make a good friend. It doesn't matter if they live here, they live in the UK or whatever. Um, I've been very lucky, and I've met a lot of really good friends all around the world. That's kind of a really cool feeling to know that if you needed something or if you needed somebody, you could hit them up and be like, yeah, I'm stuck in Australia, but I know a couple guys. I'm going to call them right now.
Right.
But I got into it because it's what I love to do. It's my thing. This was the thing for me to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's great. So obviously we're gonna tackle some questions for people who are new to streaming, not just people who have been here since the dawn of time. But basically, we're gonna start there and work our way down, I guess. And we start with equipment. So what kind of equipment do you need to even start being a streamer?
Honestly, I would say if you're gonna start streaming, the only thing you really honestly need is a console at this point.
Console.
Or PC, either or. The webcam's not mandatory. The PS4, Xbox One, stuff like that, stuff that has it all built in to where you can easily stream. Now you can always go that route if you have one already. You don't really need anything big and fancy to start at all. So I mean, just your basic setup, having a mic that works. If you have a webcam, use it. It helps, but not necessary.
Right.
And I mean, that's pretty much what I think of it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, bro, you can get far with a console and a fucking phone.
Yep.
Yeah, yep, I forgot the phone.
You got
Yeah.
a console.
Let me tell you. I don't know how many of the new people know Big Gun, but Big Gun started off streaming Clash of Clans on his phone with a streaming app that he found and downloaded from Google Play.
I remember that when he first came.
And before he ever actually started playing on console, he already had close to like 1,000 followers. So, I mean, that's what you can do if you really want to. So,
yeah, console, phone, pretty much. I mean, if it can handle it, I mean, all the new consoles come with it, fucking, in it. Literally, set up a Twitch account and just start fucking streaming with the press of a button.
Wait, I just remembered what got me into streaming.
Oh, all right, go.
It just came back. If we can backtrack a little bit. It was when RuneScape integrated Twitch into their thing. That's when I started streaming.
I used to sign in on that so I could read my chat in game and still stream. So I wouldn't have to switch. I didn't stream through that app, but I used it just to see my chat.
That's what got me into it. It just all came back at once.
That's about the time I started too.
Yeah.
Shit. But yeah, I mean, console, phone, it's all you really need. I mean, obviously, it's nice to have fucking beautiful PC setup, and it's not always possible monetarily. So,
I just started streaming on a laptop that would overheat after playing 2 games of League. So anything is possible.
I used to have to prop my laptop up, have a fan on, just so I could get enough fucking cool air underneath it. So
I used my phone to prop it up.
Back in the old day with the like some of the very first laptops, I remember taking a box fan and putting it on 2 cinder blocks and putting the laptop on top of the box fan straight up, and that was to play like God. Like, what was it? Baldur's Gate, the first one.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I remember those days.
So the next one would be: do you need any specific programs to start streaming?
Specifically?
Yeah, anything
On,
specific.
on today's standards, not really. I think at this point, it's a matter of preference. There's so many different streaming services to use now that you can pretty much choose what's best for your system and your setup. But most people go the route of OBS. More recently, we're going through Bevo too, but
XSplit's another big one.
XSplit, yeah.
XSplit.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
XSplit. God, I hated that.
Yeah.
But that's just for PC too. Your
Yeah, like
just
console.
goes through.
Yeah, it's completely set up for you.
Press of a button.
That's the convenience of it. That's the cool thing about it nowadays. It's very easy to do it now as opposed to even a year ago. It's very different. Yeah,
before the 4 and the 1 dropped, I mean, it was extremely difficult.
Capture cards.
Capture cards hooked up to laptops and PCs with all kinds of cords and wires. Yeah.
The time when Elgato was king.
Yeah.
I actually just got one of those recently. Still haven't used it.
I mean, we kind of answered the next question. Do you need any sort of expensive equipment? No.
No.
I mean, like Andrew said, Big Gun was streaming from his phone.
His cell phone.
Consoles are they're a bit of money, but they're not overly expensive. And like we said, just a press of the button.
Yep.
No, we're not hating on capture cards, bro.
No,
I wish I had one.
No, not hating on it at all.
So much more
Make
customizable.
things so much easier.
Yeah, customize everything.
I bet my capture card is probably still hooked up to my PlayStation 3 in the box right now. The cords are probably still plugged into it. So, no, definitely no hate.
Alright, so the next one would be kind of a big one. Acquired internet speed for streaming.
Skip the question there, buddy.
Oh, did I? Sorry. And on my phone. Do I need specific gaming equipment? No.
Gaming specific equipment.
Yeah, gaming specific equipment. No. You don't need that $500 chair. You don't need that.
Hey.
You don't need
it. Here.
Not dissing, but you don't need it.
You don't need those Beats by Dre.
You don't need that. You don't
drop them
need.
sick.
You don't need that green screen. You don't need
If you're in the store, and you see for gaming headquarters, this, that, something else, or this is a gaming router, you don't need all that shit. You really don't.
I mean, having nice equipment is always good, but is it necessary? No. Definitely not. You don't need fucking... Zombie, are you sitting in a DX Racer? PD wants to know.
Yes, sir. Most comfortable damn chair I've ever owned in my life. I would highly suggest.
That expensive chair.
If you have the money, I would highly suggest and recommend. But if not,
yeah, he probably does, Nicole.
I actually have quite a few times.
Like when he does something to make his wife angry. Okay, I'll sleep on the chair.
Recline, I can do whatever the hell I want. It's got a nice little neck pillow. Let's see, PD, how much did that set you back? Actually, not a penny, dude. It was a birthday gift. So,
hey,
that's why you can recommend it.
Yeah,
I can put a fucking $1 on it.
Other than that, don't buy it yourself.
Get free gifts off everyone.
Oh my god.
All right, but yeah, you don't need that highly expensive mouse. You don't need all that shit. I mean, does it help? Obviously, it's going to, but it's not required to start. It's really not. The next question was with required internet speed to stream. This one will be interesting.
Yes on that one.
I have no idea.
What would you say as far as minimum speed?
Minimum? Are we talking 1080p or 720 or 480 or what do we?
Just bare minimum, bare bones.
Bare bones. If you're talking all the way down to 240, you could have 5 up, 3 down.
Yeah.
That probably seems like a legitimate minimum.
My I operate off what do I get? I get about 2 up, I think, on my shitty internet because there's nothing else in the area. I mean, when it comes down to, I mean, you could literally stream off of that, but you would need a decent rig to handle a lot of the load. Even to get, kind of get rid of some of the pixelation that happens and that kind of stuff. Upload versus down.
He was asking what the question was.
But yeah, I mean, I play off some crappy internet. I still manage to pull people in, so I mean, it's not always dependent on how pretty your stream is. It helps, but
Yeah.
It doesn't always. I mean, there are plenty of successful people out there who don't even have a camera, but I mean, Llamas is right. The uptime is 99%. It's the most important part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need up speed.
But the sad part is like, some of these internet providers, when you go to get internet, they don't tell you what the up and the down is. They just say, oh, well, this package is 30 megs and this package is 60 megs and this package is 120. Well, okay, well, I've got the 60 meg, and on a good day when I'm hooked up, hardwired in, I'm pulling about 40. When I'm Wi-Fi, I'm pulling maybe about 20 of those 60. So I don't, they don't tell you. I wish that's something they would do, is tell you what the ups and the downs are.
Well, see, Oompa, that's the thing, though. I mean, you cannot have. I mean, I always recommend you get a camera. But people like Lyric are not the example to follow. They're the exception to the rule. At least in my opinion.
They are. He is. I mean, it's true.
I mean, I mean, sheer example, I go from like not using my cam when I was playing Fortnite and stuff, and then just forgetting to plug it back into my PlayStation when I was playing Ark to, averaging maybe 2 viewers a night, and then plugging in my cam and it shoots up. It's people like to see your face. But
people want to know who they're investing their time into. I feel like it's probably a good idea to have a camera, so people have the face behind the name and all that.
Yeah, it's forms that extra connection.
It's part of the branding process.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're Nicole, you can draw your own picture then.
True.
Yeah.
You should have a webcam on your stream and just use that picture. No actual.
Press 1 if you want this to be my emote. Press 1 in the chat.
Unless you've got a golden voice of the gods.
I just want to see that beard.
Probably don't need a webcam.
Like llama.
Oompa, I had someone come into my stream.
Llamas.
I had someone come into my stream when I was playing. I think it was Zombie Chronicles in Black Ops 3, 2, or 3. And he's like, I just followed you because of the beard. I was like, that's fucking great.
Nice.
The beard follows.
Beard follows are nice.
I get a lot of compliments on my beard. I like it.
I do as well. Yes. The beard is nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Give it a nice stroke.
Nicole.
Yeah, I like my beard too.
Kind of handled those ones. All right, so we're gonna go into some beginning questions, I guess, for people who maybe are considering it, considering streaming, maybe on the fence or whatever. So we're gonna go with what should I stream? What kind of content should I be providing people? It's gonna be a real simple answer. Whoever wants to take this one.
The real simple answer is whatever the hell you want.
Exactly.
Yep.
As long as you're entertaining.
You don't gotta be the best at the game. You can just, as long as you're funny or fucking, you're providing something that people like. It does not matter.
Yep. Just be you and stream what you want to stream, and I mean that's literally the extent of it.
I mean, we'll get into this a little bit later, as far as like, I mean, probably get into it now. As far as, I actually think it's the next question. I think. Game should I stream? Blah blah blah. All right, now, yeah, we'll go here. Actually, we'll touch on it later. That's fine. What game should I stream? Obviously, anything you enjoy. We already answered that. It doesn't even have to be
However,
games anymore. I mean,
there is an exception to that a little bit.
I know
And
where you're going.
Faith, yeah,
That's-
Faith
that's
will
where I wanna
tell
t-
it better than anybody.
that's why I want to touch later in the general
Yeah.
tips.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be games anymore. You can, if you can fucking draw, fucking do it. If you can fucking
Yep.
cook, go do it. I mean,
You can
there's.
sing.
French toast.
I would watch that, but anyway, yeah. I mean, if
just to
you
watch her burn it.
if you play music, if you, I don't know, if you're just a creative person, there's literally a directory for it now. I mean, it wasn't like that back in the day, and now it is.
Yep.
Should I switch games often? This is going to come down to whether you want to be if you want to sit and build a community with a single game versus just building an overall community.
Being a variety streamer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it's going to come down to. Bring on the dino dicks. Hell yes, Dead Broadcast. All about the dino dicks.
Oh no! Don't get me excited now.
Alright, guys, I'm going to step away for about 2 minutes. I will be right back.
All right, dude. I personally have gone from. I mean, when I started, I did solely RuneScape. I gained 100 followers fairly quick, to be honest. I mean, it was a lot quicker than I thought it would be. But staying with a single game, you're going to see a lot more growth. You're going to see a lot more return viewers. At least in my opinion, in my experience, they're going to come around. People come to expect certain things from your channel. You'll have people. I mean, if you ever get to the point where you do have viewers and stuff, people will get mad when you're not playing a specific game. They'll come in and be like, "Oh, well, why aren't you playing PUBG anymore? Why aren't you playing Ark? What the hell?
Yeah.
That's what I followed for." But really depends on preference, I think, personally. Whether you want to play the long game or. As you can tell, Andrew. Yes, Andrew is the face of Team Savage.
Yeah, apparently.
I was laughing at the comment above.
Oh, as you can tell, Andrew is the face of Team
As
Savage.
it goes to Chair.
Apparently.
Yeah, Chair, how do you feel about all of this stuff?
Me too.
Oh, no way, Chair. Interesting. I did not think of that.
Yeah, same.
Yes, yes.
I vote the Chair becomes Team Savage mascot.
I voted as well.
Chair 2020.
Might have a lawsuit or two.
Chair 2020.
I mean, there are one game streamers out there who are really successful, and they build their community based on that. But there are variety streamers, and people go to watch that too because they like a change and they like the varieties. So there's a crowd for literally everything. There's no specifics to this at all.
I think Chair has a lot to say. I think the guy followed me for a station which I played twice. Literally asked me every stream after when I was going to play it again, but he stopped by. I mean, like, yeah, you're gonna have people who come by and for the game and then kind of get mad when you don't, but still stick around. But I think it goes down to your personality. I think streaming one game is going to rely a lot less on you being extremely entertaining versus being switching games all the time and stuff is going to be a lot more dependent on you. You're gonna have to sit there. You're gonna struggle for a bit. I mean, you're gonna deal with a lot of growing pains. I sit for Chair. You're gonna have a lot of you're gonna have a lot of growing pains when it comes to fucking Chair.
You just sat on our mascot more. Get out of
You
here.
just sat on our guest. Our poor guest just got sat on.
Our future president just got set.
Can we get some Bible thumps in chat? Oh god.
The treasures.
Oh,
Oh, llamas started that. Okay. I see how it is.
Press F5.
Chair, no!
Pay respects. But yeah, I think it, switching games is gonna definitely depend more on your personality. There's a lot of growing pains, and you're gonna have to be very patient with it.
Uh,
But yeah. Next question. I can't get over the fucking chair thing. The next question is always a big one with new people and even
it's about to get bad.
chair coughing. If this account gets affiliated, we are gonna have a chair emote.
I got him crying. Yes.
Andrew is in tears.
Sorry, guys. God dang it. Llama, Lax, all y'all. Shut the fuck up. All right.
The next
All right,
question,
I'm back.
I'm gonna let you guys handle
Okay.
for a little bit, or you can talk about chairs. I gotta go take my dogs out. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you go because Mordecai is gone. You guys sit and talk about fucking the chair if you want. But
Sounds good.
Actually, that actually is a good chance. It's a breather. I'm going to get some air. I'm going to go get an oxygen treatment. So, all right, I'll be back.
All right, Lex. Me and you.
Hey, I'm here.
Talk about your day in PUBG.
Do what?
Did you play PUBG today?
I haven't yet today. Can you believe that?
Oh.
I went for the nostalgia stream and I played a lot of The Last of Us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I hopped into your stream and you were offline. Like, oh, man, missed him.
I did get ARC, so
Oh, I saw that.
I need to leave, so all there is chairs and then a face of Nicole. Okay. I'll get coffee, but I'm only going to be gone for like 10 seconds.
Okay, I'll entertain them. All right, guys. On the bottom left, you'll see chair number 1. He is the leader. And the second top leader is the top left. We're going to call him Squishy. He's the squishy chair. Oh no, Lax is back. Okay, and then quick, in the middle,
Hell, I
you will
left
see
again, so everybody left.
It's just
in
a
the
chair
middle you will
stream.
see a wooden chair. He is the peasant of all chairs.
It's just a live stream 24/7 of just our chairs in our rooms.
I was introducing your guys' chairs chat.
Oh, mine has to be the best intro then.
Yeah, yours is the leader of chairs, and then Fate's chair, his name is Squishy. He's below your chair. And then Beowulf's chair, Woody, and he's peasant chair.
My chair is named Johnny Cash.
Okay.
Zombie Killer's chair is called the chair leader. Get it?
Ha ha. Mine's the fucking Lamborghini.
If I paid that much for the chair, I'd be sleeping in it. Same.
Dude, I have been.
That's how much I paid for my GPU.
Yeah, mine's coming soon. Don't worry.
Yeah?
As long as I can swing everything the way I wanted to, I'll have my whole setup this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zomboy, my chair will beat all of yours. Your grandma's wooden rocking chair, I don't think will cut it, buddy.
It was a donation, okay? Grandma gave me this chair. Chair battles, I like it.
Chair battles next podcast.
This isn't a chairocracy, sir.
Let's get some jousting up in here.
Tell Fates his chair needs the band hammer from Team Savage. It's giving too much lip.
Grandma actually gave me my chair. Nice.
Then Fates would have to sit on the floor.
I got my chair for $14, and I found it brand new.
I got mine for a
Oh,
small
damn.
loan of $9,000.
Nice little chair there, Zomboy. Nice little setup you got too. Damn, I want those. Speakers.
Whoa, that's a squeaker.
What's up?
Let me guess, Beowulf, you have wooden floors under you, don't you?
I have laminate tile, and I'm sitting
Close
in a wood chair. Yes,
Ooh,
Close
somebody. That's a sexy chair.
Your chair is
Yeah,
called
it's-
Woody, by the way.
it is. It is called Woody.
Like from Toy
Oh.
Story.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's chair and chair two, chair one, chair two. You got it.
Are you getting the split screen again?
I have got all y'all.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good. Now, what got me earlier was Lax's comment when it said chair no. And I can just imagine Lax like looking up and seeing you sit down and go, chair no! And that's where I lost it.
Okay. Actually, I was just thinking about the previous question with should you switch games often? Always recommend if you are going to switch games, kind of stick to a theme.
Yeah.
If you're playing survival games, play survival game. If you're gonna play like Ark, go to games like 7 Days to Die or Dark and Light or whatever. If you're gonna play games like Call of Duty, play first-person shooters that are gonna be like Call of Duty. It's a better way to kind of keep people around, keep people interested. Maybe it's a game that's similar to what what you normally play, and they haven't seen it before. I mean, then you just got that person into that game, maybe.
Or you can be like me and play PUBG, and then switch to League, and then switch back to PUBG, and then switch to Slither.
Chris, what up, buddy?
Grizzle!
What's up, Grizz?
Grizz.
Damn, he is right.
Yeah, he is right.
I got 22 showing right now. That's fucking awesome.
Petey Fates would mention art first. Absolutely. Art is life.
Bro, Ark is
life.
life. It's literally life.
Hey, we sucked Lax into the dark side. So,
Lax is now a part of my tribe. The other two can
Oh, did you actually accept that, you bastard?
We have more to offer.
First one to answer.
Yeah. The next question. I don't have any viewers. What should I do? And that's not even a beginner question. Even I mean, that goes on for people who have been around for a couple months or whatever. Even it's a question that I think people still ask, even if they've been around for a year.
Yeah.
The very first thing about viewers, the very first thing that you do not do, and I'm going to look into the camera when I say this, the very first thing that you do not ever do.
Do a close-up.
Do not ever get frustrated. Do not ever get frustrated by your viewers. Do not ever get frustrated because you have 0 or 1 or 2. Don't ever get frustrated.
No.
We went right in on his face there.
That was good. I like it.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Never
Perfect.
look at the viewer count.
No, never.
Don't look at it. Don't sit there and look at your stats at the end of the night or whenever, the end of the morning, whenever at the end of the stream and go, what the fuck am I doing wrong? It will consume you.
Yep.
If you sit there and contemplate over everything you did wrong, that's all you're going to see, and you're not going to be able to see what you've done right.
Exactly.
You need to just
Ben's
not
comment.
focus on me.
That would change. That would change if you vote chair for president. Just
Do I need to hit him with this?
yeah, hit him with one of those.
Pro tip from Faster Than Llamas. If you're stuck in the bottom with 0 viewers, open your own stream on a few devices and you'll jump a few rows with 2 viewers. Twitch allows 2 viewers per IP address.
This is true.
Hey.
Yes,
I did
it
not
is.
know that.
Yes.
Good tip.
I did know that.
That is true.
Although You do not need to do that if you're part of Team Savage. Just throw that out there.
Yeah. Although, if we want to
Shameless
talk,
self-plug.
because of Petey putting this up, I heard chair pulls in like 1,000 a night. We could technically ask Grizz about that. He's had quite a few nights where it's been a chair stream most of the night.
Yeah, Grizz is
Chair
the
streams
chair-
OP.
I've gone into my own channel and I've been hosting Grizz, and it's just fucking chair. I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks, Grizz. That was a good auto host.
Papa Nichols, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat.
What's up, Pop?
What's up, Pop?
Oh god.
He said,
okay.
I like the guy on the bottom
thanks.
right because it doesn't have a Keemstar.
I mean, oh, thanks.
Keemstar beard.
Oh,
That's awesome.
oh god. But yeah, don't look at the viewers there. Don't worry about viewers, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
At all, ever. Don't worry about viewers ever.
No, but I mean, especially when you're starting out. Like, you shouldn't start out and expect to have like fucking 10 people in your chat. There'll be
Yeah.
one. You will sit and talk to yourself for hours.
Yes.
I do it.
Maybe
all
nice
the time.
not
I still sit and talk to myself for hours, even when I'm not streaming.
Yep.
So,
I narrate my life as I'm
Yep.
living it. It's awful. People think I'm some sort of fucking psycho.
Yep.
Because I am so used to just explaining what I'm doing and what I'm thinking out loud.
Yep.
Because of this, it's just become such a habit, and I think that's what
I do
needs
it
to happen
all
for you.
day long at work. And I get people that, are you talking to me? They'll be in like the next aisle over there. No, I'm talking to myself. All day, every day.
I mean, technically, yes, I'm talking to you. Watching.
Yeah.
All right. Unless somebody in chat has some good beginning questions, we're going to move on to the next section. So if you got any questions, if you're new to streaming, this, that, or the other thing, now would be the time for that.
hey, just out of curiosity, did we miss one of the questions? Did we miss the scheduling, or did we already do that?
No, that is that will be. Oh no, we did.
Yeah, we
I've been missing There we go. I've
Fate,
been
you're
missing
fired.
questions. I've been missing questions. I know. I just can't be the lead guy anymore. You know.
Yeah.
How important is it to have a schedule?
I don't have one, so I would not know.
All right, we got two opposite sides of the spectrum here. We
Yeah.
have Nicole, who has no schedule, kind of streams whenever she wants. She gets the viewers when she can. Then on the flip side, until I just started college like 2 days ago, I had a set schedule.
Mhm.
So the opposite side of the spectrum being, everybody knew when I was going to be on, what time, and pretty much what game for the most part. And it did bring in more viewers than if, I don't have a schedule. I highly, highly recommend it.
I think it doesn't matter when you first start out. I
No.
don't think that it matters, but once you get to the point where you're teetering on the verge, you're past affiliate, and once you're teetering on the verge of partnership, I think it's very important to focus on branding and focus on your schedule and make that
Yes.
happen.
When you have a faithful follower count that comes back, return viewers that come back, they want to know when you are
It's your boy
live.
Skinny Penis.
What's going on, Reaper?
It's your boy Skinny Penis.
Wait, what did I miss?
Jesus.
Oh,
I'll be right
Reapers.
back.
but yeah, on a damn it, Reaper. Anyways, yeah. On a serious note, it does help to have a schedule, especially if you have those return viewers coming back in. They want to know when you go live because that's why they keep coming back. So, to set up some, sort of schedule for them is good. But, like Fates and Lax was saying, you don't necessarily have to have it when you're starting off, because when you're starting off, you're excited about it. You're going to stream as much as you possibly can. So you're going to be out there. You're going to be out in the system. So yeah, in the very beginning, it's not really important. But once you start getting to where you need some time off from it, yeah, you'll understand and you'll want that schedule.
I mean, I don't have a schedule, but I am pretty consistent with when I stream.
You are.
Like, just late at night. That's my time.
Like, sometime during late at night, like I know when I'm at work on 3rd, I know at some point in time, Nicole's going to go live. Like, I know. So.
It's just my end time is very different. Like, it could be 2 a.m., it could be 10 a.m., it could be 6 a.m. It's all over.
I don't have a schedule. I just am always streaming. One of the best things I've ever heard out of one of those kind of things that on YouTube where they give tips and stuff was always be casting. Always. Whatever you're playing, start fucking streaming it.
If you're sitting there and you're playing a game, stream it. Don't sit there like I do it.
Well, maybe I want to stream, maybe I don't want to stream. No, just do it.
No, just do it. Yep. And I do that a lot too. Like, I'll sit here on some nights and I'll be like, you know what? I don't want to stream. And it hurts. It really does. Oh, Reaper says front page hike.
Shit. But yeah, I mean, I recommend a schedule or always be streaming if you can.
Yeah.
People like consistency.
Yeah.
If it's going to work, you have to make the time for it. That's the only way it's going to work. You have to put the time in. You got to be on that grind. And I think pretty much 99% of gamers have probably played some sort of RPG of some sort, MMO, so they're used to grinding. So you already have the practice in.
Next section would be networking, which is going to be very important to anybody who wants to be a streamer.
Hang on 1 second, Face. Let me read this comment from Llamas here. It says, I disagree with that. Went through a period where I hated gaming because I was streaming all the time. I had to stop and play video games just for fun to get the joy back again. That is true to an extent.
Been there.
I've been there as well.
Yep, been there.
Everybody goes through that time frame. I think at least once in their beginning career, if you want to call it that. But yeah, everybody goes through that, and everybody usually comes back to it in one way, point or another. Whether they don't stream and they play games, just on their own or whatever the case is.
Yeah, we've actually got a section right after this one that we're actually going to talk about that kind of stuff, Llama.
Yes.
So yeah, just hang in there. We've actually got a section for that.
I am super excited about.
Yes.
But yeah, the next section will be networking for now. It's just after that. Networking obviously is going to be very important to anyone who wants to be a streamer, even part-time, whatever. If you want to grow, networking is the way to do it. So what forms of social media have you found most effective, and what the fuck do they want?
Twitter.
Yes,
Twitter.
Twitter, by far.
Yep.
I would say if I had to put it in order, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Yep. Absolutely agree. And almost, I don't even, until I asked Benj for the Facebook link for Team Savage, I hadn't actually looked at Facebook in about 3 weeks. So, yeah,
Good job, Doc. You should be using Twitter, man. Twitter's going to be your best. It's your best outlet right now. It really is.
Yeah.
Such a massive audience on Twitter to begin with.
Yes.
And I mean, it just, Apex, much better host, buddy. But yeah, I would definitely say Twitter.
Oriented around it, so it's set up. The metrics are set up specifically for advertising. It's business oriented. So is Instagram. Their hashtag process is really outstanding for that. So if you're using Instagram, utilize your hashtags.
Ladies and gents, we have hit 30.
30.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we
That's-
kind of
that's
covered
Team Savage.
that question, I guess, why I was gone.
For the most
Yeah, I
part.
mean, that was.
Let's get it to 40.
Next question would be
Yeah, come
how
on.
do
Let's get it out there.
How do I promote myself? Obviously, we covered social media in a way. Social media, hopping in other people's discords would be another good way. Just kind of get it out there. Don't be annoying about it. They'll be like, "Oh, hey, I'm a streamer. Here's my link." Nobody likes it. Nobody likes people who hop around in Twitch chats going, "Oh, I'm a streamer, and here's my link if you want to check me out sometime." I mean, it may seem harmless, but it's really annoying. I actually don't.
Yeah.
If you do it in my chat, I kind of get rid of you.
Banhammer.
Yeah, I don't. I don't allow it.
You have to use consent when you're networking and when you're advertising yourself. You have to treat it like a business. I mean, you can't just don't be popping into people's chats on their own streams and advertise yourself. That's not networking. It counts as spam. You'll get banned.
Yep.
Don't take up somebody else's Twitter feed when they're advertising themselves. Oh, while you're here, take a minute and check me out. Blah blah blah. That is not networking. That is spamming.
Yep.
Networking is going and linking together with people who have common interests,
Right.
talking about that common interest, and then somewhere in the way saying, "Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. I played this game too. If you want to play together, here's how we get together," sort of thing. That's networking. You find a common ground, you link it together.
Building those connections is essentially the goal. This is kind of...
And there's.
I saw that.
Exactly. That's what you're gonna see.
Yeah. And then it's going to be followed by, "You are now banned from this channel."
Right.
The best way, like for me, I would say to promote yourself is, like Lax was saying, go out and actually talk to people. If you play a certain game, like I know Lax plays a lot of PUBG, we'll use that for reference. If you're playing randos or, anything like that, talk to them, chill out with them, talk to them for a while, and, casually maybe throw it in there eventually, but you don't want to just go, "Hey, by the way, I'm streaming."
They'll hear you talking to someone, and they'll be like, "Who are you talking to?" "Oh, by the way, it's my stream." It's usually how it goes down.
Yeah.
It will.
For example, the other day, I'm going to bring Smile Assassin into this one because it was hilarious.
Small assassin.
So here I was in PUBG, and the field across from the mansion, the wheat field, it's got those yellow houses there.
Mhm.
I was there, and I went into the first one. I had already grabbed an AK, and I saw a guy drop down with me there. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go get him, and then, I'm going to free up this area so I can loot it. But I went into the first house, opened the door, and there was Smile Assassin crouched with a pistol. Right? Like right when I open the door, he's right in the middle of the fucking thing, not behind anything, just crouched in the middle of the floor with a pistol. So I lit him up and killed him. And then I just hear over the voice, "Oh man, you got me." And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, dude." He's like, "It's okay. I'm new at this. I'm really bad." And I was like, "I'll take you. You want to run a couple matches with me?" "Oh yeah, sure, man, sure." So we linked up. That was all that it took. And we started playing together. He went into my personal Discord, and then he eventually applied to Team Savage. And that's the way that worked out. And now he's one of our members.
I mean, that's basically what it comes down to, man. The forming of connections with people. You have to be real. People will see you being fake, and it's not going to go well.
Yeah.
All right. The next question would be, should I join a stream team?
Oh, can I take this one?
Go for it.
Should you join a stream team? Answer, no. and I'm going to get a lot of boos for this one, but I will throw out the exception of Team Savage mixed in with that. But 90% of your stream teams that are out there outside of what we do here in Team Savage are a lot of different variations of, the leaders are in it for themselves, or nobody supports, or it's empty follow for follow, it's empty this, empty that. If you can find one that's literally legit, like we can be and are, I would say go for it. But other than that, I mean, honestly, stream teams as of late, in my honest opinion, have been an honest to God joke.
Yes. And some of these big stream teams, they're falling apart. They're fizzling out. They're falling while we're rising from their ashes. And
Basically.
it's phenomenal. This this crew has been lit for the last couple of weeks, and it has been phenomenal.
No, we're not shit
No,
talking.
we're not shit talking.
Calm yourself down.
Calm down. I
LZ
know
is
of
the biggest
I know of at least 4 right now, and I'm not even going to name them, that are fizzling away.
I find it really amazing though when we start talking about teams, everybody always immediately
jumps to them. No.
Yeah.
There's
that
certainly
can be a
reason
good thing
there.
and can be a bad thing, but there's a reason for it. You're right.
Right.
But no, that's not the team, because there are many teams out there, and we're referencing every single team that's out there, not just one. The only one team that we will single out is our own, because we don't do that. We don't single people out like that. We don't call people out in streams. That's not what we do.
No.
So the next thing would be any benefits of joining a stream team.
There's a lot of benefits. I mean, if you find the right one. I mean, it all comes down to that, honestly.
Yes.
Networking. Big one.
Exactly.
Yes.
Networking, like most of you guys are Team Savage members. If you look in our Discord, we all network with each other. We all support each other. On top of that, the benefits of our stream team is bar none to anybody else, to be honest. Because if you look through what we offer as far as once you become crew members, we have people that can do graphics for you. We have a Twitch live bot that'll shout you out once you hit the crew status. We have so much different stuff all through here that it just if you find the right one, it can work for you. And we started this knowing that we were going to be different than everybody else, and we have been. I mean, hands down, bar none, we have been different than every other stream team I've ever been a part of, seen, or heard about.
I agree there. I mean,
yep, absolutely.
And don't get me wrong, some people do enjoy. I don't think I'm dogging on it when I call it empty follows, because it is what it is. It is empty follows. Some people like that, and that's okay. That's how some people are happy. I personally wasn't satisfied with that, because I wanted my follows to be real and organic, and I wanted them to count, and I wanted them to matter. With some teams, you will get the empty follows, and you'll occasionally get the tweets, and if you're lucky with lottery, you'll get a raid. But that's not what we designed Team Savage for, and that's why we're succeeding. That's why we're not in recent news of social media where people are very unhappy with their team. That's how we avoid those things, the quality over the quantity.
Right.
That's right, Lama. Nobody got partnered with just empty follows.
Exactly.
Very true.
You
have to have interaction.
The goal is to build a community. I mean, that's literally it. And with that kind of model, it's not going to happen.
Some people are against the teams, aren't they, Fates?
I
Some
hate teams. Absolutely. If it wasn't for how this is set up, guys, I would not be here. It's the honest truth. I would not be here. I don't do it. I gained my first 100,
I'm right there with you.
150, 160 followers myself. I don't need that follow for follow bull crap.
how long did we dog you for? How long did it take us dogging you to join? Like what, 3 weeks? No, it was longer than that. It was like a month. We dogged you like every day, dude. You gotta join. You gotta join.
It's just I don't. I'm very
And
cautious. I mean,
every single time you're just like.
every team out there, bro, it's always the same. It's the top people always getting the views, always getting the follows, and then everybody else in the team trying to get their attention, and that's it. And it's awful.
I rely.
What did he say?
I rely on view bots.
Well,
To each his own.
I ain't getting partner that way either.
No, not quite.
That was the last question for that section. The next section is going to be kind of interesting. It's probably my favorite section here.
Yeah.
It's going to be mental
I'm
health.
excited.
So, has being a streamer affected you mentally? I'm interested in some answers here.
Absolutely.
Oh, Ben's got a
Go ahead,
question.
Lex.
You guys go. I'm gonna fill up real quick.
Ben's got a question.
Ben's got
Hang
a
on.
question anyway.
Okay.
Go, Ben.
Llamas, I got a whole freaking sweatshop in China chatting my stream up. Only $50 a month.
What are some tips for getting affiliated, Ben?
We're
get
gonna
there.
break this down, Ben. We're gonna break this down, Ben.
You have to be
General
live.
tip for getting affiliated, you have to go live more than once a month.
You have to stream to get affiliated.
And you have to stream longer than 20 minutes.
So yeah, has being a streamer affected you mentally?
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Let's go with some what ways, guys? How has it affected you?
Morgan, you want to go first?
Yeah, why not?
All right, go ahead.
As some of you guys have heard or seen or even talked to me about, as far as the mental streaming aspect, it has messed with me in a lot of different ways. And I think everybody here can attest to, everybody has an outside life besides streaming. When that happens, it cuts into different things when you start streaming. You're going to lose family time. You're going to lose, team or time that you could be, out with your friends or doing anything else really. It's going to mentally affect you in that way because you're going to be like, oh, well, I need to stream. Especially if that's something that you want to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, essentially, just even outside of that, streaming takes a mental toll on you in general, just because of the amount of time you got to put in, the amount of work you have to put in. I mean, everything that goes around it is all pretty much based on you. I almost gave up entirely on streaming and playing. I know Beowulf was the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we found Team Savage. I mean, I did anyway, and when I saw that Beowulf was pretty much on the same end, hey, come join us because this is a whole different scenario than what you've seen before. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it will take a toll on you, especially especially in my being part of a certain team that didn't do anything for me. I really thought that it would come through and, the empty follows were there and this and that. And I literally about gave up everything. So yeah, it definitely does take a toll on you mentally. I mean, it's a lot of different scenarios, but it is all there. It will hit you eventually.
It does. I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah.
Andrew, go ahead.
My prime example was yeah, I got sucked back into it. I started and did it, and never had any bots, never really did any of that, and fell out of it. Got back into it, and that's kind of when I started finding bots and got into it. Was kind of trying to follow, see how many follows I could actually get, how many viewers, and then that's when I met my buddy Desh, and Desh is actually part of the crew. He got me back into it real hardcore, and got me actually looking at the view count, followers, and eventually that led to me getting affiliated. And then I joined Streamers Connected. So I did that. That first 50 followers, that was mine. That was my doing. I did that. I got affiliated on my own. So I have that as an accomplishment, but then I joined Streamers Connected, and it just like expanded. And there were so many people, and I couldn't find anybody that I could actually connect with. And so I was like, okay, well, my buddy told me about Team MC. It's not as big as Streamers Connected. Well, I joined it. It wasn't at the time. It actually, I think when I joined, there was about 200 people. And I was like, okay, well, I can deal with 200. And then within a month, there was at least 1,000. And then 2 months, there was at least 3,000. And I just kind of got lost in it. And in the saying, big, little fish in a big pond. That's where I was. And I'd gotten so into it that where some people, they lose focus with their family and everything, I started focusing on the monetary value. Here I am with a good job that provides really well for me, and I'm focusing on a monetary value that I'm not even. And it was driving me insane. It was actually affecting me and making me depressed. It was like I'm not a depressive person at all, and it affected me so deeply that I just became depressed over it. That like nobody was coming in, nobody was there. And like there was no way that I was going to be able to make any kind of monetary value with this, and it affected me. And then I finally I put it down for like about a month and a half, and that was about July of last year. And I said I'm not going back. I actually stopped playing video games. That's how bad it affected me. Llama, I know where you're coming from, man. I know exactly where you're coming from. I stopped playing video games. I've been playing video games since 3 years old on an Atari, and I remember playing freaking Space Invaders, man, on Atari. That shit was the best, like old school. But sidetrack, sorry. But to get back, I lost all interest in it. Like if I wasn't streaming, I didn't want to play any video games. I didn't want to do anything, and like I had such a disdain for it, and it had such a deep impact on me as far as depression goes. And then right along August is when I got an invite on. I got like this private message from Mordecai on Twitter saying, "Hey man, I noticed you're in a Team MC. Says, hey, if you're feeling overwhelmed, here's an invite." And I was like, you know what? I actually let that invite go for about 2 weeks. I saw it and I just kind of blew it off. I didn't even look at it because I had no interest in any of it. And then I finally, when I got put on third shift, is when I started kind of playing video games a little bit. I was like, okay, maybe I can get back into them. And then that's when I saw the message again from Mordecai, and I accepted it. And ever since then, it's been nothing but Team Savage all the way. Like I'm a happier person, because of this crew. It's actually affected my family in a positive way.
Everybody lives in Narnia.
Yeah, everybody lives in Narnia.
Zomboy, we'll get to that in just a second. Backwoods, much appreciated for the host. And what's going on, Backwoods?
Woodsy.
But yeah, I got into it, and that was it. So, all thanks to Mordecai.
No problem, buddy.
Who else wants to go? Anybody got
What question are we on?
how the first one in the mental health section has been being a streamer affected you mentally, and then how?
I mean, not really too much, I don't think. There was just one time where I was like playing RS. I'm like, I don't really feel like having everybody watch me today. I just want to be all to myself. So I just stopped streaming for a little bit there. That's the most I can think of.
I would say I stopped after, I don't know, a while. I just got kind of bored of it. When I picked it back up July of last year, I think. No, June of last year, I think. June or May, I think, is when I started again. I don't know. Streaming gives me an amazing feeling versus, all the stories they told where they were, about to quit this, that, and the other thing. I love doing it. I've always been kind of a slacker in this, that, and the other thing, like all my life. So with streaming, I at least feel like I have a purpose. I belong. I have a goal. It's been a very positive thing for me, at least.
Not to cut you off, Fates. I have to read this because this is just fucking amazing. Faster Than Llama just put up a comment and says, the lady llama just came out and said how great she thinks this is and that I'm the cutest boy here. She was watching in the living room. Dude, tell Lady Llama you think she is amazing.
Hello, Lady Llama.
Hey, Lady Llama.
But yeah, it was something great for me. There are times where I get in my own head and it's just really bad, and playing video games and streaming kind of takes that away from me. I've said it. There have been days, in the Discord where I've been like, guys, I haven't gotten around to making any graphics or anything because I just don't feel like doing anything at all. Just it helps me personally.
Eclipse, welcome to the chat, buddy.
We got one more person who has not answered this question.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very long-winded answer, my friend.
We're here. We got time.
Well, let's start off.
Robert here.
This is all a Batman plan, guys.
There's no Batman plan for mental health, man. There really isn't. In all seriousness, it's unpredictable. You can't plan for it. Do I have mental health issues with streaming particularly? No, I don't. Did I have mental health issues previously beforehand? I would say on a very small scale, yeah. If I had to put anything as far as my mental health on a scale, I would say I probably had some PTSD stuff going on. I worked in law enforcement for almost 10 years. So I lived in a world where when I went to work, everybody hated me. Some people wanted to watch me die. Some people said horrible things about me. Well, they did on the daily, but not just to me, but my family. It was you have to be on your toes. It made me very aware. But the thing that really sucks is not being able to sleep at night because you hear every little noise and you wake up thinking somebody's breaking into your house. That's happened a time or two where I've woken up and the first thing I think of is, oh God, I gotta save my kid. And it's just, from a dead sleep to that, it's just go mode. You really don't understand it if you don't work in it. I don't sit with my back to doors. This door just goes to a bathroom. My front door is actually directly in front of me. I can see out this side window right here at all times.
This is a story I've heard from quite a few other people.
Mm-hmm.
My dad specifically being a vet, so It's not unfamiliar.
This is the first time for me, so excited.
But to go to a place with my family where I'm supposed to enjoy it, whether we go out to eat or we just go grocery shopping, my instinctive priority number one is to profile every single person in there, see if I can figure out who has a gun or who has a weapon, figure out where all the exits are at. That's my immediate first approach to those things. I would say that there's some minute twinges of probably PTSD in there, just job related. Do I have mental health issues? No. I'm used to people threatening my life, and I'm used to people, everything that I explained. So it's actually a nice to be able to come here. This is my family away from my family.
Amen to that.
It really is. If anything, I would say just the team alone has helped me more than anything, because these are people that I trust, and I came from a place where there were very few people I could trust, even my own coworkers. But to be able to come here and feel like there's no judgment, because there's not, to be able to come here and actually be supported, and we all work toward the same task, it's awesome. So I would say it's improved it. Do I sleep better? Yeah, absolutely. I really do. I sleep a lot better. Sometimes I get startled, but it's not like it used to be. I'm not so panicky all the time. My worldview has kind of changed, but I also came from, I had to grow up very, very young, and I won't talk about all that, but I also have experience that doubles over. I used to be on TV. I used to be behind the camera. I used to do all that crap. I used to do the Hollywood crap. And you talk about empty follows. That shit is fake as fuck. But I come here and it's real. So
I mean,
that's why I'm here, man.
It seems to come down to it boiling, like streaming and gaming being an outlet for a lot of people. It's just a good way.
Yeah. I think to not address mental health, I mean, just in general, I think that just shows some ignorance. If you don't know, you don't know. Some people just don't know. Nobody knows what's going on with people's lives. Everybody's got their own shit.
Yeah.
But I think all of us can probably say yes when we've seen that the mental health issues are very, very high in the streaming communities. There's a lot of depression. There's a lot of there is a lot of PTSD. I know a lot of people who are former and current soldiers, law enforcement. We're all fighting the same battle with that, but there are a lot of people have anxiety issues. All right, so we're in the mental health section, you guys. We just got done talking about mental health in streaming, or in just mental health in general. As some of you are aware, Fate's had to go. We don't know why, but that's okay. We'll figure it out later. So now that we're past that part there, the next section of that part is, do you guys get frustrated with your streaming?
Daily.
Somebody take that one away. Yes. Why is that?
Yes. Well, I mean, it is, it does get frustrating sometimes, trying to, get all the panels set up, all the bots going, making sure everything's going good. But then you've also got your own your own personal life too. On top of that, when I stream, I'm about an hour off of work. So if anything happened at work that just got me fired up or pissed off, they say when you walk out the door, you leave that shit there.
It's hard to do.
Sometimes that's hard to do. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't miss. So yeah, I can leave the parts we didn't run. I can leave, that one piece of paper I forgot to sign that I'll do tomorrow. Yeah, that's fine. But some of the emotions and things that crap comes home with you sometimes. And so when that feeds into the stream, it's just like when I go to work, I don't want my personal life in my work, because if my personal life is affecting my work, then it's affecting me overall. So same goes with streaming. You don't want to go into your stream, angry or anything. You want to go into your stream cool, calm, collected, in an upbeat, good general manner. So there's days when I come home from work and I'm just like, fuck it, I don't want to stream, and I just don't. Just because it's been such a shitty night at work, I don't want that to carry over to my stream, because I'll be sitting there, not saying anything, not interacting with anything, and I don't want that. I don't want that for my viewers. I don't want it for myself. So yes, I do get frustrated with streaming from time to time. Yes.
What about you, Zombie Killer?
Oh yeah, it's definitely frustrating. I mean, like, especially for me, because of work and family life and everything else, I have very limited time as far as my stream time goes. And I'm very thankful to Lax and Fates for hooking me up with all my panels and all that.
Yes.
There's no way in hell that I'd ever have time to do that shit. It's I don't have the time to do it. And then you add on top of, I want to stream. That's what I want to do. But now, I got to take the first hour here and there to, put the panels into play, to make sure the bot commands are correct and that they're working fine and that this and that. And every time I do something always goes wrong. So I just finally said, fuck it, I'm not touching it anymore. But I mean, just in general, it's frustrating in all aspects. Like Beowulf was saying with work, you come home from work pissed off, and I stream just like he does an hour after I get home.
Mm-hmm.
If something pissed you off at work that day, yeah, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect your stream, and you're going to see that.
Yep.
What about you, Nicole?
Absolutely.
Well, like, back when I would work all the time, like 40 hours, like normal work weeks, I'd get home and I'd be like, I don't really feel like streaming. I just want to go to sleep. And that was kind of frustrating because, like, I wanted to stream, but I just didn't have the energy to stream.
Yes.
So that's my biggest thing. But now I'm on winter break, streaming it up. Nice long ones.
Yeah. Till like
Sleeps
9
all day,
a.m.
eats French toast for dinner.
No, that was my breakfast. Speaking of that, I need to put that away.
She left the burner on.
I don't think so.
I don't think that I get frustrated with streaming per se, but I get frustrated with things revolving around the streaming. It's hard for me to find time to put together to be able to stream, which is frustrating for me because I want to do it. Me specifically, I would say my situation's a little unique. Aside from being married, having to be a dad, having to do all those things, own a house, pay the bills, do all that, which keeps you busy enough. Full-time job where I work. You guys know how much I work. Just with that alone, I put in, on my last pay period, 98 hours. And then on top of that, managing the team and making sure everybody's happy and healthy and everybody's getting along. Doing the graphics work, helping out where it's needed, still being able to show the support, keeping things under control and keeping everybody on path, which we all do a good job of that. It's not just me, but damn, it's hard to find time to stream. but it's worth it. I mean, you guys are worth it, and so I find the time. And on my days off, I'm so glad I get 3-day weekends, and I stay up as late as I possibly can until I'm fucking exhausted, just to get some streams in and just to stay constant. That's where my frustration is. But I don't get frustrated with streaming itself because I love it. I could do it all day long. So there's no frustration there for me. That is a very fancy sweater for your dog.
Yeah, it is. It has like a scarf too. It's like a
My dog's a little
two-piece
shit
sweater.
ass. He won't even come over here.
She's got her sweater, her fucking scarf, you know.
My dog's an hour away. Ooh.
I like Oompa's fucking message. I say Zombie Killer needs to be the main focus right now with the doggy. But yes, Nicole, I do spoil my dogs. There's no doubt.
It looks
about that.
like it.
I see that.
Where's the peanut butter jar?
No. Nothing like that.
Let's not talk about the peanut butter.
That dog,
Not
that
bad.
dog's looking in this camera like, yeah, bitches, I run this motherfucker.
Dude, she's my fucking emote. Of course she runs this bitch. Yeah, you're famous on Twitch.
So the next
Petey,
question.
I wish I had a DX Racer sponsorship.
Same.
That would be fucking nice.
Yeah.
The next question's a pretty good one too. How or why do you keep streaming if you're having a tough time mentally? Those of us who are having a tough time mentally, why do you continue?
2 words. Team Savage. That is literally what keeps me going. It is everything that has to do with anything anymore. I mean, I am here for the team regardless of whether I stream or not. But it is always a benefit to be supportive and seeing the support come from the Team Savage and everything that we do and who we are. It's constant work, but it's work that I love doing because it helps everybody.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. Damn it, Mord. No,
Bitches.
well, no. Seriously, I do have a different answer, but yeah, Team Savage is definitely a big influencer now. It used to be the grind. The grind kind of kept me streaming. But then once I lost, kind of put that to the side, like I was saying earlier, it was more about seeing you guys in the stream. Once I hit Team Savage, like seeing Fate and Mord and Backwoods. It was like every day, Backwoods would come in and mess around with me and aggravate me, and it was just phenomenal. And that's where she got her freaking nickname, by the way. Yeah, which everybody is welcome for. But yeah, seeing y'all, I enjoy the game again, but I enjoy seeing y'all in the chat, and seeing y'all, whether y'all are lurking or just in there, it makes it feel worthwhile, knowing that somebody's actually paying attention, and knowing that there's people here that I can actually play with, because that was my main focus on starting up my stream, is just finding people to play with, and I found that, so I feel content, and so my tough times mentally here lately hasn't been too bad. It's just been, like Lax was saying, putting in a lot of long hours and just being drained, being too tired to want to fire it up, So that's pretty much my spiel on it.
Nicole?
But I agree with Beowulf. You brought up some good points.
Insert blanket.
Great original answer.
I don't really have much to
Insert
say.
blanket.
You touched on
Do
a
it for
lot
the
of good
viewers.
points.
Do it for the chat. Shut up, Chris.
Grizzly, weak as fuck. yet.
The call for the win.
Why do I keep streaming if I'm having a tough time mentally? Like I said, I don't get frustrated with streaming because I love doing it. I do it all day long if I could. There will be a day when I will be able to. I don't care how long that takes, but there will be a day where I will do it.
Yes.
That is why I keep streaming, because in the back of my head, in the back of my mind, it's starting to move from the back of my mind to the front more and more, and it's gotten to the point where it was always, well, if this happens with the team, if that happens with the team, then we can do this or that or that. And now it's moving to the point where in my mind it's when it happens, when this happens with the team, when this goes this way with the team. That I mean, it kind of sucks because all my experiences are kind of unique because it involves everybody, man. Every single person in this whole team. It involves everybody coming together and everybody doing their part. So everything that I have to consider is everything about everybody all the time. And 2018 really is it's going to be the year for Team Savage. We've gone from maybe getting one guy apply to the team, a week?
Yeah.
To
If not every two.
To 1 a day, to 5 a week. We went over 10 applications on Monday. 80% of us are affiliated, and it was at one point if we can get everybody affiliated, and now it's to the point of when we can get everybody affiliated. And when we do that, then it's gotten to a point now where it's, well, if we can get everybody partnered.
Which it will eventually be one day.
It will.
Yeah. And then it will change from if to when.
That's the ultimate goal, is when Team Savage happens, not if it happens, because it's happened and it's happening. But what I mean by that is when we take over, when we go big, it's not a matter of if now, it's a matter of when. Yeah. My frustration is I want it to happen now, because I know the long vision is going to happen, and I just want to see it happen now. I think the day that it does happen, you guys will actually see me cry, probably for the first and only time in your lives. So
amen to that.
Yeah, man.
I don't think I'll have any other better feeling of accomplishment other than probably getting married, watching my kid be born, and then see my dream come to fruition. 3 very big things.
Yes, sir.
But
we just need to have someone hit the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, what I do supporting others too. I'm gonna read that out loud. Backwoods. Woodsy says she loves what she does and she loves supporting others in the team. Made so many friends so far, and that's why I stream. Being a stay-at-home can be tough. It's not for everyone. I love what I do. I love being there for you guys. I love the fact that we're getting new people in. We're going in the right direction for everyone. And that's true. 100%
Very true. Very true.
I don't know any other team out there that has this vibe that Team Savage has. I'm not even... I don't just say this shit because, I own it, I have to talk well about it. I don't have to. And if it's sucking, I'm going to tell everybody it's sucking. But there was a point where it really did suck.
Yep.
There are going to be more points where it really does suck. And that's part of a team. There are your high points, there are your low points. But I think we've been able to kind of clear the air and freshen the atmosphere a little bit with some changes, some unfortunate changes, and then some changes that were for the better and necessary. Growth is painful, but it's for the better. And we're growing in the right direction because we're doing it together. and it's going to work. But you guys also have to be there too. You guys also really, if you want this team to provide for you what the team can provide for you, you have to do your part. You have to.
Yes.
And we can't stress that enough. It's not because we're trying to be Nazis. It's not because we're trying to just control what you guys do. Nice.
Just for Nicole's comment, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there.
Oh,
It's not because we don't push you guys with these things of like daily objectives. You know, we throw them out there for a reason. We try to get you guys united on the same front. We try to get you guys working together. That's the only way that this team is going to work. If you guys love it that much, you know, put the work into it. Make it worth it. It'll be worth it. I promise you. I think
kind of go along with what he was saying there. You know, that's why we stress the daily objectives. That's why we stress, you know, getting out there, promoting the team, pretty much doing any and everything just to get the name out there. Because, you know, in all actuality, the more quality people we have in here, and notice I said quality, not quantity. The more quality people we have in here, the more we're going to get people affiliated, the more that the partnership grinds are going to start. I mean, it's a matter of time. We have everything that we need. We have everything set up to succeed. We need everybody's help. And that includes us. I mean, we bust our ass every week, you know, for everything that we can for you guys. And we want to continue to do that. And we definitely need the help, the support, like everybody's been doing lately. And I personally very, very much appreciate it. It's a complete turnaround.
Yeah.
absolutely complete 180. It went from, in a matter of, I would say,
Days.
72 hours, it went from being here to being here.
Yep.
And it was crazy just to see it just like that. It just went.
Like the chat went legit.
I wonder why.
like just the Discord chat within 48 hours went from dead to on fire.
Yes.
Within 48 hours.
This
And
chat-
it hasn't stopped. And it hasn't stopped.
I know,
It's
man.
phenomenal.
To
On a
sit-
side note, Mort, I got that for you.
Ooh,
Oh,
There you
touche,
go.
man.
hey,
Yes, sir.
You drink that for me, and I'll have one of these for you.
There you go, you asshole.
to sit back
Asshole.
and watch the team see the chat be on fire like that, and to sit back and just watch the team grow, man, that's, you guys don't know how good that feels. You really don't. I mean, I think you guys have an idea, but there's just a lot of pressure on not just myself, but there's pressure on all of the officers. There's pressure on everybody here and everybody in the crew and all the new recruits. We put pressure on them too to succeed and be part of the team. It all has to come together, and you guys literally all have to do it, and you're doing it.
And for someone else to say it in chat, like Backwoods just said, it so much has changed in such a short amount of time. And for someone other than just us 4 and 5 with Fate, you know, with someone else outside of us noticing it as well, and everyone else noticing, that's what's amazing.
Yeah, it is. I think I noticed a really significant jump.
I agree,
Not
Backwoods.
just like in the chat, there was that significant jump in a matter of like days or whatever, but there was a significant climb in Twitter activity, significant climb in all of our streams. I went from having like 0 to 1 to 2, maybe 3 viewers a night, and now I'm sitting here, my average viewers is 8, which that's an average. So that's a typical day of streaming, and it's all Team Savage people, everybody coming together and just jumping in and saying, hey, you know, we support you. It's fucking awesome. It feels good, man. It feels good to watch all of you guys do it. It really does.
So I told you, Lax, that we united the women, right? That they were planning on taking over, correct?
we are going to take over.
Yeah. Well, I think the women are going to take over because Nicole and Backwoods and I think Nutella, I think all united.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
And like I brought up the idea, on a side note, the whole podcast idea, and they loved it. I was thinking,
I do too.
maybe they might not be, all on board with it. No, all three of them, they're like, hell yeah, let's do it.
I'm totally.
So Faith, you got your work cut out for you, man.
I'm totally.
That's gonna be a
110%
fun podcast.
down. 110%
Do what?
behind it. I'm 110% behind it all the way.
Yeah, I think it's phenomenal. And just so everybody knows what we're talking about, I suggested an idea of having a podcast with our lady streamers, Faith and the lady streamers all get together one night and let them talk about how it is being a streamer as a female, and maybe see if we can pull some of that demographic in, because I'm sure there's some female streamers out there that are feeling frustrated as well. So it'd be a good idea. So yeah, that's just on the side note. But let's continue on with let's continue on with this.
Faith says, "Me and all the ladies, giggity."
Giggity.
Faith, you're gonna have to wear a wig and some lipstick.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
No.
you're gonna have to shave.
No, he's gonna have to do it with a beard. Hey, Nicole's picture can have a beard, drawn-on beard. He can keep.
He's
Switch it
gotta
back to the
shave.
one that doesn't have the beard.
He's got to shave.
Can he wear a plaster of Paris over it to make it look like?
Yeah, that's
at least that's a compromise.
Some big boobs.
He said he will not shave.
Oh, grizzly.
Wow.
I mean, you're not wrong, Grizz. You're not wrong. Aside from the obvious, we know why most women get into the streaming, but
Yes.
Hey.
But luckily, we have.
I said most. I didn't say all.
Yeah. We have some amazing women streamers
Yes, we do.
that actually care about streaming and not sins of the flesh. So, but
Weird for that.
but yeah, these group of women that we have in this crew are phenomenal. And if you haven't, for the new guys that are in here, if you haven't had a chance to go check them out, go check them out.
Quality,
Yeah.
quality.
Yes.
I'll take the 3 quality that we have over 300 just
Yes.
empty shit
Yes.
all day long.
Llamas.
Wow. All right. Bayo's done for the next 20 minutes.
I'm back.
Lag,
I'm back.
check
All right.
the in-call chat.
Do what, man?
Check the in-call chat.
I can't.
Oh.
Because I don't see.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you were doing everything.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on my phone. We'll go down to the general questions, which we kind of touched on the first one, so I'll just skip it. But how do you guys particularly deal with trolls?
Troll back.
Nicole, how do you deal with trolls?
Give them a timeout. Or like
I bet you do.
and hammers. Or yeah, you could just kind of mess with the trolls, like troll the troll. And I don't
That's kind of
That's
I don't
a
get
good-
too
that's-
many trolls, but when I do,
that's I think that's actually how I met Nicole, to be honest. Was
What?
rolling
I was a
stone.
troll.
No, I was at the time. Kind of, sort of. You got to hear this out though. So, as some of you know, I used to play a lot of League of Legends, and the way the old messaging system in games used to be is you would jump into like a prior game chat, and then you would actually jump into the game. Well, for a while, you were able to jump into multiple chats, and before you would get kicked from actually being able to join and play. So I would go in and say, hey, I'm doing a giveaway. You know, if you want to come check out my channel, paste my channel, and I'd bounce on to the next one, and on to the next one, so on and so forth. And I think actually that's how I met Nicole, because I think she jumped in my stream because she wanted the giveaway. And then we played.
I don't remember this.
Together. Oh, maybe not then. I thought.
I think you were my AD carrier.
Yeah, I was always AD carry, but yeah, I used to do that all the time. Shameful, but I used to. That was back when I was starting. You know, back on the beginner guides here, what not to do. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It'll get you some viewers, but the problem with that is you do giveaways constantly like I was doing. You get the people that only want the giveaways, and as soon as you're done with them, they're gone.
Yep.
Most of mine are just sexual comments that are not cool. Guys who do that want to get a kick out of it, so I don't let them get away with it. You know what? I want to talk about that.
And that's why I wanted to do the podcast. That way you can voice your opinion about that shit. Yep. That's exactly what. We don't have enough of that on Twitch.
Yeah.
Is the explanation as to what it's like to be a girl streamer. Yeah.
That's what I want to know too, but from a guy's perspective who doesn't do that shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
For you guys who do, if any of you ever watch this, knock it the fuck off.
Yes.
Yeah. For real.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Stop being a little 2-year-old and fucking man up and grow a pair of balls. Because I guarantee you, 110,000 fucking % you would never say it to their face.
I also guarantee you that if any member, and I mean any member of this team, ever tried to do that shit to my girl squad that we have here, you're getting banned and kicked, no questions asked. If you have the audacity to go into one of their streams and harass them sexually just for them being there, then you're not exemplifying any part of what this team is about. I don't have tolerance for it. It's not okay. It's just a very touchy subject for me. It makes me very angry. Don't fucking do it.
Yeah, it's disgraceful is what it is. Plain and simple.
Sorry.
Oh, squeaky chair.
Squeaky wooden chair. Old Woody over here.
Chris says, a guy followed a while back and asked last night if he could play a game. He said the N-word, not the actual word, and I told him that's not even allowed, and I'm not saying anything remotely close to hateful or ignorant. And then he banned him from everything. Good. Should have.
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
So I think we're gonna have to ban Team Savage TV because they're being sexually harassing me because about my feet. But then again, I did consent because I did show my feet. So I don't know if that'll hold up in court.
But on today's standards, you didn't say that you consented, so technically you didn't.
That's true.
consent.
I didn't say that. I didn't. Hey Grizz, you suck toes. Jesus.
So, general tips on streaming, you guys. General tips. What do you guys got besides showing feet?
Yeah.
Well, we kind of covered this a little bit in the last one. General tips as far as like if you're starting out, or even like now, you know, if you've got a little bit of an establishment, you know, engage your viewers. You know, that's definitely one of the biggest things. Talk to yourself until somebody comes in. Do not call out lurkers. That's one of the things I am very big on not doing, because 90% of the time, if they want you to know that they're there, they'll type something and say, hey, just lurking for you, you know, or lurk or whatever.
Yep.
If they don't type, don't call them out. A lot of people will leave because of that.
Yep.
As far as really anything else, one of the big things that I know Fates would want to talk. Yes, he just posted it in chat too.
I knew it was coming too.
So did I, and I was
there
going to touch
it
on
is.
it. Avoid any of the games that are top of the directory. Like 90% of the time you log in, and it is a League of Legends, Call of Duty, PUBG.
Let's see. You know what? Let me just do it. Let me log in real quick. Let's see. Top directory on Twitch at the moment. If my internet stopped being a pain in my ass. Was that?
Top games, Destiny.
Top games,
Fortnite,
Overwatch. Yeah, Overwatch, League of Legends,
PUBG,
Fortnite.
League of Legends.
In real life is actually up there. So so you're probably, we kind of probably know where those 51,000 views are going. Llama, there is an IRL right now. I think that's where he was at. Hearthstone, Grand Theft Auto, Dota, Counter Strike, and yeah, that's about the top 8.
He said peace.
But yeah, so yeah.
Definitely avoid those games, especially if you're starting out, because you will not be noticed at all. Even if you have 10 viewers, you're looking at probably 30, 40 pages of scrolling before you, if you're lucky, to even get seen.
Yep.
And again, like Fates had said something earlier about hitting the lottery and getting rated. That is literally like winning the lottery. Your chances are very, very small.
True.
So,
True.
I gained my first 50 people off of Lego's Marvel Superheroes. Straight up.
Nice.
Yep.
Something to help you stick out in the directory could be your title. Make a creative one.
Yes.
True.
What was that, Nicole?
Creative.
Have a creative title to stick out.
Yes. Yeah. Mordecai touched on it a little bit there, and that's one thing I've always been told to do. When you stream, talk to yourself, talk to the game, talk about what you're doing in the game. Constantly do that, and then when people do start coming in and start chatting with you, you're already in a talkative mood. You're talking about the game. You can tell them, "Hey, this is what I'm doing in the game." Constantly be doing that because it trains yourself to be more talkative. Because if you're quiet, somebody comes in and says, "Hey, how are you?" and you're like, "Hey," and they're like, "Hey, what kind of game are you playing?" Just this. If you're real timid and shy, you're not selling yourself, because 90% of Twitch, or let's put it this way, 10% of Twitch is the game. 90% of the game is you. And I guarantee Fate will probably agree with that in chat. It's about you, not about the game.
Yes.
Because as long as you're selling yourself, because you're the merchandise, not the game. Because they can go play the game if they want to. You're the merchandise. They're there for you, so you need to make it entertaining for them. So make sure you're always chatting. That is the biggest thing for new people coming in, regardless of whether you have a camera. Because if you don't have a camera, I've trained for 3 years without a camera.
Oh.
Whoa!
Hey.
He's going to have his opinion here in just a second, because he is back in here.
Wolf, sorry to interrupt you, but Huck has a question.
Go ahead.
Huck has a question directed toward you.
Okay,
about
yes.
Your viewership. He said those guys that watched you initially, did they stick with you and continue to watch you when you switched games?
Yes, actually, Huck, I actually have, not many of them. I will say that, because my games have changed over time. Because I am a variety streamer. I'm not a one game type person. I do like to play a lot of variety games, just because that's what piques my fancy. So, some of those people have still stuck around, and I will tell you, a couple of them are lurkers. I've had a few that are in my stream, and I'm not going to say their name, because they come in and they're pretty faithful about lurking on me, and that's all they do. So it's good that they're there, and I don't call attention to them unless they decide to call attention to me first. So yeah, a few have stuck around, not all of them. So don't get discouraged if you're playing one game for a while, like Marvel's Legos. It takes a while to get that platinum, because I'm a trophy hunter. So I'll try to go in and do that. So it might be I might be on that game for like a month and a half, and I've got a 4 or 5 follower base on it, and then all of a sudden, boom, I change the game, and now some of those don't want to watch me play ARK, or some of them don't want to watch me play Assassin's Creed. So I lose them, and so that's going to happen. So don't get frustrated with that. Don't get frustrated, because I've actually had now that I'm actually playing Superheroes Part 2. Some of those have actually come back and watched me. They've said, "Hey, I saw you got the Part 2 on your Twitter. Boom, there you go. Now I've got some return viewers." So yeah, definitely don't get frustrated.
I'm back.
Yeah,
Everything's good, Brian.
But what I was saying before, yeah. How's everything going?
Good. I appreciate the fucking support, but I am back for a little bit. Good. I can't video chat, but I can at least voice chat.
Good, because I know you're going to want to have you want to jump back in. Because when you jump back in, I was like, oh shit, Fate's got some words to say. So, but yeah, as far as you selling yourself, that's what 90% of Twitch is. You have to be able to sell yourself. You're a market.
Yep.
You want people
are your
to
own brand, as Lex would say.
Exactly. You want to get people to invest in you, not the game you're playing. Yep. The game is just an outlet to bring people in. That's what you have to remember. And I'm done.
If any of you guys have any questions about branding, that's one of my areas of expertise. I will tell you everything you want to know, and I will even break it down to even the right things for you to say during your streams. So if you guys have questions, please let me know.
There's one right there, Lex. What does Lex say? We need to have them quotes.
What's up, Amelia?
Coming in with those.
Amelia.
The Lex quotes on what part specifically, Emilio? What do you want to know, buddy? It takes a while to figure out a brand.
Yes.
Things like says video. Yeah.
You gotta.
You guys came up with mine in a night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was just your genius. That was
morning, and
that was that was like lightning. Like, like it was perfect. It was the perfect storm. We branded you so perfect.
You'd be partnered, alright.
Fuck yeah, they partnered like first.
Wait a minute, are we talking about Need Butthole?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Need Butthole has now followed you.
But yeah, especially, I mean, just to add a bit to what Lax said, I mean, you gotta have brand. If you're looking for partnership, if that's the end goal, you need a brand now. It's not like it was back in 2013 and 2014 where it was, oh, well, you stream every day, you can become a partner. You've got the viewers.
Nope.
It's become the point where Twitch is obviously a business. They want to make money, so you have to make them money. You have to prove that you can make them money and make them consistent money.
Yeah.
Before they give you that sort of... They look at your return viewers. They look at... I mean, that's one of the reasons why, like, one of the main things, at least I've seen around, when people make Twitch tips and Twitch etiquette stuff like that, are stick to, one game. I mean, I know we have people who switch around and hop around or whatever, and it works. But if you're looking specifically for growth and return viewers, that's the best way to do it. But I mean, they look at all this stuff. They look at that. They look at your subscribers. They look at new subs. They look at returning subs. They look at everything. It's not just, oh, well, you meet all the achievements. Congrats. Here's your partnership.
Now, one of the big things I will add to that, as far as the achievements go, I did actually look into that a little bit more and in depth. The main three are just starters. If you guys actually go in, you can see there is a shit ton more different stuff to do and achievements and this and that. They're going to take all of those into consideration, not just the main three. I know people that are streaming currently that have 90, 100 viewers a night, multiple resubs, subs, this, that, and they still don't have partner. I mean, they're gonna check everything.
Yeah, I mean, they look at everything. It's so much more than them achievements. It really is.
The achievements are a good roadmap to success, but they are not the definite roadmap to definite success.
They're not the end goal.
They are not. Emilio, hear your words of wisdom. When it comes down to it, any business, no matter what the business, why are they in business? To make money. They will not invest in you if they don't see a chance of a worthy return.
Exactly.
It does not matter if you have a brand or if you do. It doesn't matter. That stuff is good for you and yourself. If you have a brand and it works, good. If you don't have a brand and it's just you and it works, fine. What Twitch looks at the end of the day is they sit here and they say, okay, does Lax make us money? If the answer is yes, the next question is how much money? Then they look at that figure, and then they will discuss that, and they'll say how much money can we make off Lax in the future? Well, projected by the metrics and looking at the numbers, growth has been X amount to X amount to X amount. So going on that rate, we can probably expect to make this amount. And then they sit here, and then they say, okay, is that something we can live with? Will that make us money at the end of the day? And if the answer is yes, then you're golden. There's an underlying business to all of this. I promise you. I've been involved in this similar industry previously for 10 years, since I was 16. And I learned a lot. And I can tell you guys a lot of things because there are a lot of things there. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, can you make money for you? Can you make money for Twitch?
That's exactly it.
Absolutely.
Not trying to laugh at what you're saying.
Yeah, we were definitely not laughing at you, Lax. By no means. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Pity.
This has been another edition of Business sponsored by Toyota and Falling Through Roofs Incorporated.
Sponsored by Brondo.
It's got electric.
Faster Than Llamas. No, we are not currently sponsored.
We were very, very close, but
Very
we're not quite there
So
yet.
close.
We're right there.
It's coming. I can feel it, guys. I mean, I've said it to the 4 other people sitting here, and I'm pretty sure I've said it in crew chat, guys. This is our year. It really is. A lot of shit in this first month. In this first month alone, have fallen our way. It's crazy to see.
And we're literally just over the halfway mark of the first month. We ain't even through the first month yet.
Yeah.
There is so much. I mean, from what happened between I want to say November through December, and how like the low point there versus where we are now. We went from maybe 1 or 2 apps a night. I mean, Lax said it earlier. We looked at 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Little Cove 710, thanks for the follow, buddy.
And just from today, we've got 2 more from today, by the way.
yeah. Look at that, guys.
Three.
That's literally all you guys. I mean, it really is. It's you guys getting out on Twitter, getting out on other social media sites. Advertising the team in your Twitch and all that kind of stuff. That's literally why, or even just recommending them to streamer friends that you have. It's
Right.
If nobody knows about us, nobody knows about us.
Exactly. It takes all of us to make this work. You guys got to buy what we're selling.
Right.
It's true.
But-
You're not wrong, but the thing is that we all want the same thing. Every single one of us is we all want to be successful. But you have the unfortunate few, no matter where you're at, no matter what you do, that just don't care. And they won't put in the work, they won't put in the time. And that's a cheat to people who do work and do put in the time, because it takes away from them. And that's where we have the quality over quantity thing. Is we don't want
tell you.
to just pump the numbers to cheapen what you guys do.
I tell you, when that happens and they get in here, they're not gonna last long.
The banhammer will find them.
I will find you.
we do watch. We believe it or not, we do a lot. We watch not because we want our thumbs under everything, but because we left. But we don't put our thumbs under everything because we want to have the control. We watch everything because we are literally watching out for you guys. It doesn't come from the top down. It comes from the bottom to the top. We're here to work for you guys, but you guys also have to put in the work. If you want to be successful, and you want to be successful in the team, you're going to have to work for the team.
I mean, that even just goes for Twitch in general, too. I mean, it really does. I mean...
Right.
If
That's what I was thinking.
I missed it. My computer decided to just
Don't worry about it.
update it.
What did she say? What did she say?
Mayo was just trying to get back in the middle because you were in the center since you dropped and came back.
Apparently, that's that's exactly what it was. No, my computer decided to update right in the middle of this. Thanks. Thanks,
Yeah, like,
Microsoft.
I mean, it falls back to what Lax said. I mean, even with Twitch, if you're looking to use your channel as a get rich kind of thing, and get quick money and all that kind of stuff, it's not going to work. You got to put in the effort, the work for it.
That's true. Faith, since you're back, it's your podcast project, man. Why don't you take it away, buddy?
Well, that was actually the last question we had.
Yeah.
There are two more little caveats down.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Hang on, I gotta open it. What am I looking at? Where are we?
Bottom.
Very bottom, under the general questions.
Under it?
Yeah.
There's two little additions.
Oh. Repost it then. Because I cannot. The one I'm looking at is not. Where did you post it?
At the bottom. Below general questions.
No, I mean, I need, like,
It's on the Google
a
Doc.
new link.
Oh.
No, my Google Doc's not,
I can't do it. Somebody will have to link it to it.
Yeah, I'll get you the link.
my,
That's another one, Beowulf. That's good.
I'll
Good
take
idea.
that. I'll take that one.
Yeah.
I'll put it in, but chat. We want to not just have you guys listen. We want to pull some questions from you guys too.
under general tips.
Yeah.
If you guys have questions about anything, ask away. Please, by all means. We'll answer everything.
I'm not seeing it under general tips.
Well, Lax just took care of the first one.
Okay, I just saw the new Google Doc. Was that you, Nicole?
No. Bleed faster.
Yeah, I mean, chat questions are, great. I mean,
I just put in the call chat, Fates. I think that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna pull from the chat. You guys are the team. You guys are part of this, so.
Yeah. Any questions you guys have?
It's not a toxic chat. It's a fun chat. I love this chat. I love when we do
discuss
these.
just changes to our titles or roles, or save that for next time. Actually, we could do that to Andrew at some point.
Yeah. I didn't know if you wanted to do that next time or this time. So.
Well,
Yeah,
I
we
got
can handle
about 10 minutes left, so if we're gonna
We could do it.
let's roll it.
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
I mean, that'll be fun.
Somebody with an actual title and start out. I
Go
can't.
ahead, Lex.
So,
Go ahead.
As some of you guys have noticed in the Discord, some of our titles have changed. Me, for instance, I am now Zombie Dash Lead Events. I will be more or less taking care of any of the events that we're going to be holding. In case anybody haven't seen anything that I posted the other day, we will be having a Team Savage event next weekend, starting, I believe it's the 26th.
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
26th, 27th, 28th. Basically, it's just a fun weekend for Team Savage, more or less in a celebration type setting, for where we've come in literally 18 days thus far this year. So that's kind of where my name change came in. But you know, I'll still be around doing like daily objectives and stuff too, and just around in general. I do know the big name changes came for the most part to kind of help you guys if you have any certain questions on who to go to, and so on and so forth. So.
Cole, Andrew.
I'll go ahead and go real quick. Yeah, and as you know, Mordecai was saying, we're still the officers. So if y'all need us for anything in Discord, by all means, get with us. These name changes these are projects that we're taking on independently. So anything, make sure you get with us. But anything specifically according to what our current roles are, yeah, get with us on that. But mine is now Andrew Beowulf. I'm the lead recruiter. I haven't had a terrible amount of experience. There we go. With or not a terrible time with recruiting. I actually used to work in tandem with HR at several of my jobs on actually bringing in employees and retaining them, not turnover is what it's called, trying to keep down turnover. And that's people coming in and then leaving, people coming in and then quitting. So I've had quite a little bit of experience with that. And so I'm going to try to take over as trying to go out there and see some of these streamers that are looking for teams. The ones that are on their own, and that's the way they want to be. That's cool. No pressure to them. But there are people out there that are looking for stream teams, and I don't want them to get into a team to where they're going to fade into the background. I want to make sure that these streamers come in and they feel part of the family from the get-go. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. And pretty much what I'm going to be trying to handle is, like Fate said earlier, you go to the top of the directory. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bottom of each directory and see who's struggling, see who's out there who's not getting those views, who's putting in the time, who's actually chatting with their viewers, who's actually in it to see this thrive. And so that's what we're going to do. And I've actually recruited Osmig. Some of y'all may know him. He gets on early in the morning because it's his night time, because the man is in Australia. And he's the only one I believe we have from Australia at the moment, correct?
Right now,
yes.
I believe so. So I knew we had talked about somebody the other day that might have been from Australia, but I wasn't for sure. But yeah, he's on the other side of the world, and he's alone, guys. We're all either based here in the United States or the UK, so we're semi close to each other. But we have this one guy. He's all the way on the other side of the world, and he's by himself. And so I want to try to get some of these international people in too. I want to try to get some people from Russia. I want to try to get some people from Africa. I want to get some people from different countries in here and streaming with us. That way we can not only diversify, but we can get like a much larger demographic. And like me and Lax was talking the other day, and he put it the best. He wants this, look at it like a virus. You hit one little point, it hits an airport, it hits another hub, and it spreads, and then it spreads again. That's what we want this to be. We want it to spread. We want this to hit everybody. I mean, that is big thinking, but it's good to think big. But we've got to start somewhere. So that's what we're going to be working on is trying to find some of these streamers out there that are struggling. That, like I told the other day, you're in a ditch. You feel like you're in a ditch and you're never going to come out of it. And then that hand comes along and pulls you out of that ditch. I want Team Savage to be that hand that pulls these streamers out of that ditch and on to what they can potentially become. So,
count at least a solid 3, if not 4 or 5, that Team Savage has stuck their hand out and pulled people out of that ditch.
Yeah, I'm one of them. Yep, Mordecai being one of them. So, that's what I want. They make pills for that. God damn it, Lala. All right, yeah. Yeah, you're right, they do. Anyways, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to be in charge of. So Oz is going to be helping me from the other corner of the world. And me and him's going to be chatting on a pretty good basis. He's super excited to help out. He's always there for you. He's always got a great attitude, and I think he's going to do good working with me and working with the rest of y'all and working on trying to get us some recruits in here that are going to be quality over quantity. So, yeah, there's my resume and my business proposal. So.
All right,
I've had too many job interviews.
With my role, I am the lead of YouTube. So I look for the clips post. It'd be great if you guys could send them to me. That way I don't have to search so much. But I put them all together into little highlight videos. Right now it's mostly PUBG. I would like to get different games in these highlights. So for those of you that don't play PUBG, that play different games, hit me up. I will get you featured in the next video.
Ew.
Face, what's your title?
I don't have times the other night.
And how many times it got spammed?
Oh, God.
Good night, good night.
I don't really have one.
What did we go through the other night? We went to
Lead emote guy.
The lead emote maker. Face was the lead asshole. Face was the lead banhammer.
Yep.
What else was there? Something else I thought. And then now it's just the lead guy. I think it is.
Yeah, it's just a work in progress at this point. I mean, I just kind of do a lot of different things. Obviously, I handle the podcasts. I handle sending those of you who do not do what needs to be done and aren't meeting expectations or warning letters, and then eventually your kick letters when you don't show any improvement. What else do I do around here? I don't even know.
Fox, appreciate the host.
Think of what else I handle.
Any editing that needs done on any of our documents.
Yeah.
Getting
Oh,
the Google Docs
yeah, the
together and
documents.
ready. Banhammer.
You're in charge of the podcast for sure.
Yeah, that.
Forget about that.
No, I said that. That was the first thing I said.
I didn't.
I said
Oh,
podcast.
okay.
I
Yeah.
said podcast, warning letters, and kicks. I have a tendency to write long-winded fucking Discord messages when you guys aren't doing what needs to be done.
Head message pinner.
I don't even pin them. I just add everybody. I always forget to pin. I don't know. I just kind of do whatever really needs to be done around here.
Emotes, people, hit them up.
Yeah.
I have work I have to finish first.
Let me tell you what. I'll tell you one thing. Fate is all over the place. He is in every chat. He's talking to everybody in Discord. He knows just about everybody.
That's right, Benji. I'm number one.
He is on top of his game. So if you think because his name is Lead Doer, just out of some kind of funny, it's really not. He does it all.
He knows.
So-
He knows at least one thing about everybody.
Yep.
try
Whether
and
it's
keep
good,
an eye
whether
on
it's bad, he knows it. Trust me.
Yep.
it basically, guys, it comes down to the fact that we said it earlier. I hate teams, and I'm only here because of how it's built. And if anything gets in the way of that, I will take care of it. That's it. I take this very seriously. I take the team seriously. I take
Right.
all of you seriously. It's just how it is. It's how I am. This is what I want. It's going to happen. I will make it happen.
That's right.
I try. I haven't been around as much as I would like to in streams recently. I'm trying. It'll get back to where it was. I mean, there was a time when we started. I mean, probably even a month later, 2 months later, I would be in everybody's chat, all over the place.
Yep.
Back when multi-Twitch was a thing.
Yeah.
Well, not even just that. I mean,
Yeah.
I would just hop in chats. Just hop in chats from my phone, because I wouldn't be doing anything. I'd be like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna hop in chat. Go see what's whoever the fuck's doing."
That's right, Backwoods.
Backwoods, you hit the nail right on the head.
What you
He
say?
says,
Right
and
on
I
it.
quote, "You don't mess with Fates. He's very straight to the point, for sure."
Yes, he is.
Oh yeah, I'm not to be trifled with. I'm very blunt and I'm very straightforward. If you're not doing what you need to do, well, I mean, I'm not. All right, let me preface this. If you get a warning letter and you have if you're working 16-hour days or whatever, and you tell me that, that's fine. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, too bad. I mean, I'm gonna understand, obviously. Life does get in the way. And I mean, I would prefer if you're gonna disappear for a while, be like, oh, yo, hey man, I'm gonna be gone. I'm not gonna be able to do what I need. That way, I don't even have to send you a warning letter. I know what's going on. That way, if Flax or Andrew or Zombie Killer come up to me and they're like, oh, well, I haven't seen such and such around in a couple of weeks. We should probably send them a warning or whatever. I could be like, oh, well, no, they're busy with work. They have something going on with their family.
Yep.
To kind of emphasize that a little bit more, though, to elaborate on it, we IRL, your guys' real lives come first. You guys have families, you guys have all of your real life stuff going on, and we know that. We don't expect you to be here 24/7. We don't expect you to be here even 5 hours of the day if you can. It's not like that at all. We just expect, we have a very bare minimum set of requirements, and they're not even requirements. We just want you guys to be social with the crew. We guys want you to interact with everybody, and we want you to just be part of the team. And we all get busy. I've been busy. I get busy with work. I get busy with life. But
Yes.
when it comes down to it, I reach out and tell the crew, hey, sorry, I've been busy. This is what I've been doing. I give somebody a heads up. Some of our crew, they have a really hard time doing that for whatever reason. We don't expect to know everything. We don't want to know everything about your lives. We don't need to. That's your business. But we just expect the consideration. Just let us know what's going on. If you have some IRL stuff going on, just let us know. That's all we need. We just want to we want to know because we want to make sure you guys are okay. And if there's something really serious going on, if we can help, I promise you we will. I promise you we will find some way to help you.
Those DMs are always open, bro. Always.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We've had people who have had very serious things come up, and people have taken time away from their streams to focus on their IRL stuff. And
They're still here.
they're still here, and we help, and we've helped in any way that we possibly could.
Basically, I mean, the only way you're going to get a warning is if you're here for yourself. That's really what it boils down to.
If you're not working for the team, you're working for you, and that's not what this is about.
I understand life happens and all that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm looking to get rid of. It's people who think Twitch is, oh, well, I'm just going to get rich quick. Oh, I'm just going to do this. Oh, I'm going to use this team. Make a bunch of money on. It's the people that, that have kind of turned Twitch into what it is now. I don't
Yep.
want here, and I look to get
And
rid of.
we've had that. We've had people come in and use this team and get their affiliate and then just disappear. Like they're nowhere to be found for weeks on end. And those are the kind of people that honestly need to go.
It's why we have
sucks.
that whole new recruit section. It's why some of you new guys don't have all the perks that the crew do. Because I mean, it's. I mean, the way I see it, it's a privilege for everybody, including myself, to be here. It's,
Yes. Absolutely.
if we're gonna take the time to help you, we should take the time to help other people as well. It's just. I don't think it's hard or overly complicated.
It's not. It's bare minimum expectations. I think anybody in any sort of relationship, whether it's an actual relationship
God,
or
what's
friendship,
going
would require. It's just llamas. He says whatever. Hating on noobs.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. I know exactly what she's talking about.
What happened now?
But I said I pretty much took a week off. Didn't even look at Discord because something bad happened. Because I was hangry at a couple people, so I had to take a breather. I put LMAO. Can I guess what time you're referring to?
That was a bad time. That was just bad timing. It really was.
That was
It was.
terrible.
And
If you,
you know what? While it was a bad time, something good came out of it too. So
Yes,
Yes,
we
absolutely.
all grew from that.
if you knew what was going on, it would
Yeah.
be understandable. There was
Yeah.
a lot going on that a lot that you guys don't get to see.
Yeah, a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
But that's gone now, and it's all good.
Yes, back when that's exactly what it was. Hey, Eric,
Seriously though.
sister fight.
Wait, what?
She said it was a brother sister fight.
No, that was you got caught in the crossfire. I think, to be honest,
Yes,
it was
it really
there was another disagreement going on.
Yeah.
Just a little disagreement, and I think some of that anger got
Pretty much.
directed somewhere it didn't belong.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
That's exactly what it was. So I will be the first to say once again, I am sorry, Woodsy.
It's the only apology that I'm going to keep.
Shit happens, but at the end of the day, we all banded together as a team, and we figured it out.
I mean that,
which was fucking awesome.
For example, I mean that shit happened, and then look where she is now. She's our
Yep.
Navy captain.
Yep. And that was the whole plan to begin with.
It was. It really
I mean, it really was. It sucks it took this long to get there.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they can attest to it. I said it. I mean, they've said it 1,000 times. We're just like,
Yeah. Yep.
Very true. Very true.
All right. I do have to get going here in just a couple of minutes. Lax, you want to bring up one last subject?
Yes. Much debate about the store and what happened to it. To shorten it up, it's very expensive to run a website, let alone a store. We have /had a website. I built it myself. Going through a hosting, it doesn't matter. But it's Team Savage website. It offers a full-fledged store, products, Team Savage items, custom items.
I was wearing one earlier.
It's true. Fates had a hat on. There were hats, shirts,
Still
hoodies, mugs, cups, everything you can think of. The store was getting supported from my own pocket and from the sales. For a little bit, it was doing really well. It didn't have to cost me out of pocket, and then it just stopped because people stopped talking about it. Because I think it was around the same time that we stopped, I want to say, I guess, acting as a team or as a family. We kind of stopped doing that for a little bit, and it caused the store to have to stop because it was just hemorrhaging money. So it seemed pointless to have it open if it wasn't actually open. But we took a poll, Zombie took a poll, and I wanted to kind of queue to see who was for it and who was against it, because I can't fiscally manage to continue to pour money into it from my own pocket to keep it alive if we're not going to use it. So he took a poll, and I would say 50%-ish of us give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, roughly.
Which I'm cool with. I'm really cool with. That's probably an acceptable amount, but
not everybody voted either. That
No.
was just literally just out of the people that voted. We had over half the crew that didn't vote.
True. So the idea is I want to bring the store back, but it literally is something that we all have to support, and we all have to talk about it, and we all have to advertise it. If we don't advertise it, we don't make any money. And unlike other teams, the money does not funnel up to the top. I developed a separate account registered under Team Savage. It's owned by Team Savage. The funds are there. They get invested. We make a return. The return then gets deposited. We save that money for us. And it's not just simple shit. It's not like, oh, well, we need some business cards. It is a plan for later. We want to go to PAX. We want to go to TwitchCon. We want to go to, who cares, GuardianCon, whatever. We want the money to go toward a good thing. And we want to make the store thrive, so we can do that, so we can get the word out further about Team Savage, so we can go to conventions, so we can go to competitions if we have to, or so we can just go and just network. Word of mouth is still the biggest carrier, and that's what it's for. But there's a really cool premise behind the store that I could never enact because it wasn't active enough, that if you guys were buying / selling items in the store, you have not only a discount code, you have, if you purchase an item, you get a certain amount of points for doing so. And what you can do is you can save those points and you can tally them up and you can redeem them for free merchandise within the store. Your ability to sell your own product, this teaches you how to sell yourself as a brand, this teaches you how to develop your own brand, and this teaches you how to profit from your own brand. You can use those points that people redeem from your coupon codes that you give out to people on your streams. I know, it's frustrating. It's I know. But those points redeem free merch for you. You guys won't have to pay for anything that you redeem. No shipping, no handling, no purchasing items, none of that. It is all free.
Woodsy, we intended it to be that way originally. It didn't work out that way for a while. I think he's intending back.
Fox, Teespring is not where we put it through. It's more elaborate than Teespring. It's something that the store is a really big gift to you guys, but only if you want it. It's not just going to be a store if I choose to reopen it. It's going to be a full-fledged entire website. So we will have featured bios of every member in this team. Every single member who wants it will have their own featured spot in the store where they will have their own custom items with their own custom logos and whatever design that they choose. Our graphics squad will design it for you. We will put it in the store for you. And you guys, it will be up to you to push those items and sell those items for yourself. It's a matter of crunching the numbers and figuring out how you guys can profit from it and how the team can still make money, because again, that part is the business side. Um, but regardless, it's not going to happen unless you guys want it to happen, and unless you guys let it happen, then it'll be. But I really want it to happen because it's yet another thing that most of the other teams out there can't touch on what level we can provide it on.
It started out this way, guys, with all the hype and stuff. You guys just gotta keep it up. That's my only concern is people start with the hype and then replace it.
It fades. Yep, it fades out.
You have to just keep at it.
Lax,
Especially.
you get your DMs on Discord? Are
Do
you
what?
able to?
Let me
Are you
check.
able to get to your DMs? I haven't sent it yet. I was going to if you can.
It's
It's-
something everybody has to work, has to promote, has to go for.
It's something that I
Can't just
really, really want to, guys. I really, really, really do. It's something that will separate us completely from our competition or anybody who is a team similar to us and what we do. That will take us, heads above.
I mean, it goes back to it. I mean, if the team succeeds, we all succeed. It really does, because if the store succeeds, then we can send people to conventions and we can do cool things with you guys and for you guys. It's all the same philosophy. It really is.
The other cool thing about that is that we have one of our really cool new members, Faster Than Llamas, volunteering his personal time and his own resources to code a native iOS app for us to be able to use the store and the website on mobile.
That's awesome.
Yep, that's gonna
That's
be
very
phenomenal.
awesome.
But
Alright,
he will
go
only
ahead,
do that.
Lex.
Sorry, but that will only be done on the condition that the store is active and good to go.
Alright. Well, with that being said, ladies and gents, I had actually brought up a idea to the crew, or not to the crew, I'm sorry, to the officers and Max, the other day, and I want to see what you guys think about it. So let me know in the chat. Next week next weekend, I should say, the 26th to the 28th, is our Team Savage event for a celebration for us as a comeback of the New Year sort of deal. My idea I pitched to Lax was, what if we made the event over the weekend instead of doing a charity event for the kids or whatever? What if we do the event based on Team Savage, and any money that we raise can go into the store fund in order to start it up and keep it going for X amount of time, and then whatever is after that, as far as sales and so on and so forth, we can keep the store keep the store / website up and running that way.
Never be. I don't kick.
Damn.
Llama, I don't kick for
That would be
going
good.
over a weekend.
Alright, so
I mean,
if you guys think that's an idea you guys want to do, is to raise money through the stream through the next weekend, put one in the chat like we have been, I guess. And
I need to
if not,
pee. Please don't banhammer me. Nicole 69.
of course.
I type up.
That's her dad typo.
I see our minds in the gutter again, Nicole.
No.
I'm really happy with how Woodsy's emote came out. I mean, whoever did that, I think it was Lax. It's really good.
Yeah, that looks good.
What's that?
Nothing. I was just saying what wonderful work you did on Woodsy's emote.
There's Nicole.
Nicole, I need
Yes.
once I get done with Mordecai's zombie killer stuff, and then Woodsy's 2 emotes, I'll have time for others. I still gotta work on my own stuff too.
But the the fundraiser, I guess, the store would be supplemental to the fundraiser. But it's up to you guys. I mean, I'm not saying, oh, pledge all your money or get all your people to give us all your money. That's not. It's not.
Not the greedy sense.
That's not what it's about. It's if you guys, we can only take this team as far as you guys want to take it. If you want to take it just down to the corner of the street, then I guess that's where we'll go. But if you want to take it past the moon and shoot it straight into the next freaking galaxy, then that's up to you guys too. And we're gonna work as hard as you guys want to work, and we will go every step of the way with you guys. It is completely into your guys' hands to make this thing work, because you do. You guys are the machine. You keep it alive.
Well, it seems
Yeah.
like quite a few people are on board with the idea. So I guess what's next is we got to come up with a graphic for the event. So fates are lax.
Wait, me fates.
And if we want to set up some kind of link for whoever wants to put up for like the donation panel for that. I don't know if you had one set for the Team Savage account or something like that.
It's okay, Woodsy. I did your your emote. I did Andrew's.
Mine.
What did I do for Andrew?
You did all of my stuff. You did everything for me.
And I've done Mordecai's new logo, which he's not using.
You did my Twitter panel.
I'm not using it at the moment because it's not finished. You said.
Did you just say you were Twitter pated?
No, he did my Twitter panel thing.
Did I?
Yeah.
What the hell did I do?
It was like a free sample.
Oh, you made me. You wanted a purple.
Yeah.
So he hawked you off as a piece of fudge, like on a street corner in Gatlinburg.
Yep. Hey, I'm going there this summer.
Pretty bad.
And then I've got all my stuff kind of just chilling, half finished.
I know Zombie's gotta go, but I really have to go to the bathroom because I've had like 6 cups of coffee. So I'm gonna do that while you guys chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Zombie killer, as always, brother.
Yeah, man.
Good night, buddy. I'll
See
be
you
right back,
more.
guys.
Be careful. Have fun with school, man.
Oh, tons of it, man. 8 a.m. hours quick.
All right, bud. We'll see you.
Later, guys.
What do you put in chat, Nicole? Yes.
Yes.
Definitely. I was gonna say. So yeah, I mean, chat if you guys have any questions regarding the team or anything. Now, I guess would be the time. Why we've got a free moment. No, we're not done yet. I think a few of us. I think a few of us are still gonna hang around and chat a little bit. Nicole just kind of chopped the end off.
I'll do my editing.
Yes, work your magic. I gotta get into fucking After Effects and learn shit like that.
PD. Or just do my squiggle, the Disney Channel
It's
one.
like being the best emote maker in the land, Vince. I'm okay. I'm not that good.
Hair hype.
I have it. I haven't gotten into it yet, Huck. I have After Effects, I have Photoshops, and I have Illustrator.
Just pro.
All are, of course, paid for.
Mm-hmm. That's what they all say.
Just started using Yeah, dude, it would be really cool. I just haven't gotten into it yet. I mean, I did all of Andrew's panels. I did his logo. I did his offline screen. I've done so far for Mordecai, well, Zombie Killer. I did a new logo, which he hasn't yet used yet because I had to tweak it a little bit. I did his offline screen. Did his panels. Did something else. I did emotes for both of them as well. What do I use for editing? Who are you talking to? Yeah, man. Yeah, Grizz. Good luck. Appreciate you stopping by, dude. I mean, there are a lot of things going our way. I mean, these podcasts are one of them. You guys have tremendous support for them. I will keep them coming. Can't wait for the next one.
Outstanding.
I mean, this has surpassed my expectations so far with the podcast. It really has. I wasn't expecting the first one to go so well. I wasn't expecting the third or the second one to. What did we peak at? Fucking 30 people?
31. 31.
31 people.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I say
I use Photoshop more than anything. I have Illustrator, but I'm not an insane fan of it. I mean, it's not bad. I do most of the other stuff in Photoshop.
Photoshop and After Effects, man. It's the way to go.
That's what I have. Both of them. I just have to get into After Effects.
Yeah. It's a little difficult. Women know what's awesome.
But yeah, I can't wait for the next one. Me and the women of Team Savage. You guys gotta get your questions in that Discord channel.
Hey.
Hey, Rail, what's up, dude?
Also, gonna have Ben throw up a tweet, a Team Savage page, asking for questions and stuff.
Huck, yes, I have. I have checked that out. I have very much checked that out. Going back to the women, I really want to. I want to get some more quality women in our crew.
This is gonna be a good way to do it, I think, too.
Yeah, I really do. The ones that we have are awesome, but finding more females who are equally awesome is going to be really, really hard to do. But we can do it.
Finding ones like the ones we have is going to be tough, especially with so many other type of girl streamers out there.
They set the bar very high.
I will definitely let you girls know. I mean, Nicole basically knows how I set up the podcast type thing, but I will
Yep.
kind of let you guys know how it works, how I do it, and you'll know what's coming.
And I'm back.
Yo.
We want your chair again.
Andrew is like.
I'm kidding. Come back.
Yes, Andrew is definitely like Beyonce.
Yes, sir.
Beyonce.
Yeah,
No,
no.
No, I'm Sasha Fierce. I'm Sasha Fierce, bitches.
That's my dog's name.
Yeah, we're kind of at the end.
Yeah, we're at the finish line here. We've been at it for a couple hours.
Oh yeah.
3 hours exact.
We even had to stop once.
I really should try and move you guys through quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about the podcast and talking about the women. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I agree with that, but I also came up with another one that I brought up to Faith, and I think he kind of liked the idea. Gamers with beards.
I also, while I was sitting here, had a pretty good idea. I kind of want to get some of our newer people.
Yeah.
Kind of see how they're feeling about the team and all that kind of stuff. Maybe get some background on them, so people. I do want to get more crew involved as well. I kind of want to make it so people can get to know Team Savage, not just us, not just what we say about the team, but those who are actually a part of it.
That's a great idea.
It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when and what topics I can get. Such. I mean, it all hinges upon you guys. It really does.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Pretty much everything this
When's
team
the next-
does consists of everybody pulling together and doing it.
Yeah, pretty much. When is the next podcast going to be for those that are interested? I have to talk to the women. I have to see when they're going to be available.
And I believe Fates. I think it was Nicole Backwoods and Nutella said she was down for it as well. I didn't get a chance. I sent Laura a friend request because I was going to try to get her in the group message, but I never got
I
back
could
from her.
probably take care of that.
Okay, yeah.
At it, I think.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, she was. I think she's the only one we were missing. I believe, maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. But
But I mean, even if it's just a couple, there's going to be a lot of good information and answers, I'm sure, and a lot of fun, of course.
yeah, it's gonna be a good podcast. I think.
Always.
It'll probably be. I got to give a rough estimate. I'm hoping maybe 2 weeks from now, somewhere in that time frame. It'll definitely be less than a month. I kind of want to do them consistently, but I can't give you.
I wouldn't be able to do it in 2 weeks because I'll be in New Orleans, whatever you call it.
All right. We'll figure it out. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll let everybody know.
For sure.
All that kind of stuff.
I would be more than happy to do a podcast once a week. I think that's a good rate. I think that's good to stay constant.
I mean, I love doing. I mean, they've been wildly fucking successful, and getting this page affiliated would be a good goal. Just
Yes.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. That and just hitting the first page of the talk shows page is awesome in itself.
it is. I mean, that's fucking fantastic.
I can't complain about that.
Sir. I don't have enough jokes for a weekly podcast. Well, you better get to write them down. You better sit real hard and think about them. And if you don't, I'm going to ban you.
But yeah, I liked my funny idea of having gamers with beards. Just
Oh, yeah.
bunch of us guys get on there too and just shoot the shit.
Oh yeah.
And yeah.
You guys could talk about like how you take care of your beard and
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How to maintain.
Exactly, Llama. I got
Exactly.
you. This is how I work, Llama. I trap people. Now you're
That is
fucked.
something. That's right.
This is how you maintain your beard right here.
That's it. That's it.
show me the way.
I know the way.
Nicole needs to know the ways of keeping her beard.
Yeah, mine is just starting to grow in, so I need like
Someone to get that. Oh jeez.
If y'all hear a nice distinct rustling around in the background, my grandmother has now come into the kitchen. So
I'm going to make that into an emote for you.
With the beard comb?
No, just her picture.
That's not a comment to brush. You should.
That'd be a great emote.
It'd have a great story behind it.
I should.
Yeah, I have a brush.
I should use one of my tactical pouches.
Instead of a frying pan, you have a beard brush.
Get my knife sheath in here and just keep my brush right there.
Wow.
There we
So,
go.
chat, do we have any remaining questions about the team, about what this podcast was about, anything like that?
I can't post a link.
Let me permit him. What? Permit's not a thing?
Should it be?
There we go.
He posted in crew chat anyways too, so.
Oh, Jesus. He totally did it.
I don't see it.
Oh, I thought he did.
Yeah, make sure you put it in the right channel, Huck.
Yeah, Huck. Oh, he did it in media share. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry, Huck. I'm sorry. Sorry, fate will spare you this time. Fate will spare you this time, sir.
You get it. You slip by this time. I'll get you. Don't you worry.
I'm gonna get you. There we go. That's perfect.
Let's see, just to double check. Roll, if you're still in here, you did get the invite, correct?
I thought I saw him on the viewer list.
He was on the viewer list, but I don't know if he's still here.
Yeah, he's still on the list, so I don't.
Still on the list.
Night, Woodsy.
Good night, Woods.
Night, Woodsy.
Oh well, then Llama, I can't kick you then if you never got an invite.
See you, Woodsy.
You've beat my system. Goddamn.
Okay, good. Ro, you did get the invite to the Discord, right?
Kill that
I
witch.
cannot die.
Sorry, I received it.
Okay, I'll take care of that. Okay, Osmic DM'd it. Okay, hit up that link Osmic sent you, Ro. I sent it to you twice, just so you know.
Oh, and for everybody that's in here, as far as the recruitment goes, if you have some people for me and Osmic to check out, by all means, bring people up to us. Let us know. We'll definitely be down to check them out, and I'll check out anybody that's mentioned to me just to see what's going on. And go ahead, Faye.
Just a cautionary thing to add to that: we don't always accept everyone.
No.
So I mean, it's.
Dude, that's one of the best gifts ever. Did you guys see that shit?
It was good. But yeah, like you said, just because y'all refer someone to us and we go check them out does not automatically mean that we're going to accept them. Feel free to let them fill out the application. They can they're more than welcome to fill that out, and then we can get it and we can check it out from there.
Hey, Nutella, what's up? What's going on?
Nutella.
I'm glad you're here. Yeah, Llamas, send them our way. There's always a direct link back to the application. If you don't have that same link that you were sent to fill it out, let us know. We'll get it to you. Beard number 1 is echoing. That means I have 2 audio sources going on.
Number 1 is echoing.
I have to figure out where that's at. Let me pull this up here. probably that right there. I believe
But
that should be.
All right, Lana. Oh,
definitely like to add the gift. That's fucking great.
I know, man. I love it.
no, it's perfect.
Thanks, Hawk. Thank you.
But yeah, if anybody has podcast ideas or anything like that for the future, please send them. Try and keep them broad. Don't get too specific. Don't get very game specific. I kind of want to avoid that type of thing. That's why I kind of started with a few easy ones. I mean, the first one was all about the team. The second one, obviously, Twitch. The third one was just a great fucking idea. So. Oh god.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know why I'm so tired. I took a nap.
It's been a long day. You've been working on what, man?
That's awesome. Totally saved
What?
it to my phone. I'm gonna share the shit out of that all the time now. When I do something cool, I'm gonna send that to people.
No, it's not late for Nicole. Nicole, like, it's Nicole who eats like breakfast at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It was like 7. And I just left to put my French toast away. It's on the counter.
Because that's when normal people eat their breakfast at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You're
And that's when Beowulf eats breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be so screwed when you go back to school.
No, my classes don't start until 2 p.m.
That's like the middle of your sleep, though.
True. I also have to take a long nap after.
No, Llama.
How long have we been doing Team Savage? The inception of Team Savage came in
End of July.
right at the end of July. We just mark it officially July 31st. So our 6-month celebration, is at the end of this month.
Woo. Coincidentally, when we're reopening the store, that's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I like it.
Oh, she's probably about to start streaming for another 6 hours. Probably so. She'll be going to bed or she'll be getting off her stream as I normally get home from work. That's what Nicole does now.
Last night, an Aussie went to bed before me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sad. Yeah, Osmig. Yeah, said he was out before you did. That's pretty cray, Nicole.
It is what it is.
Nicole has no concept of time. She just
No.
What is? I do what I want.
yeah. See,
I'm spontaneous.
When it's time to close her
That's
eyes,
not her
she closes her
schedule.
eyes.
has anyone here done a 24-hour stream? Zombie Killer used to do them. I believe he
I did
one
a 12-hour.
He did one when we did the Extra Life charity.
Yes, he did.
If I had the time that I could dedicate to do that without taking away from all the other stuff I have to do, yeah, I'd probably do one.
If I had monster to make 4-hour stream, sure, I would do them sometimes.
Yeah.
Not often.
I'm good if I make it 4 or 5 hours into my stream and I look up and I'm like, holy shit, it's 4 hours. Yeah, that's
Stream about what?
4 hours for me is a lot for me.
yeah.
I do about 4. I think the longest I've done is maybe 9 or 10 hours.
Week. I streamed
ask
from
can only
12:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. last week.
My ass can only sit in that chair for so long.
So I do short intermissions.
There's only so much to do in Ark before like, you get through bed. Like I can't imagine doing Ark for 24 hours.
Oh Lord.
I
Yeah.
would have that fucking base built in like a day.
You would have the base built and everything tamed in
I'd
the
have your
game.
base. I'd have my base built, your base built. I'd be like, hey guys, I built you this. You go.
I just thought I'd drop this here for you.
Yeah, I'd need like
Last night I
96 hours to
streamed
recover too.
from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah, I'd probably
Ish.
end up in a coma.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want to imagine that at all.
I could definitely pull off a 12. I could probably do a 12 if like my schedule permitted it. Like, I mean, if I had streamed Saturday? It was Saturday. I played Ark for like 15 hours
Yeah, you did.
straight.
Jeez.
Yeah, he did because he played into the wee hours of Sunday, and I remember going into work at 10 o'clock Sunday night.
Oh, no,
Saturday night.
Yeah. and
Yeah,
then
I worked Sunday, and I went into work Saturday night. I left here at 9, and he was still on. I got off work at 7 in the morning. He was still on. And I was like, Jesus, Fate, what are you doing?
I did. Well, no, I got on around noon on Saturday. I ended up playing until. Pretty sure it was 15 hours. It may have been 16. I don't remember. And then Sunday, I got on maybe about the same time. And I was on till like 4 a.m.
I just don't have
Yeah,
the time.
I need a lot of motivation in 12 hours.
Well, see,
The time management
problem
is
was-
my thing.
Yeah.
the problem was like I got on like I ended up finding fucking Mastercraft Spino saddle, so I was like, all right, well I'll go look for a Spino, and then I ran into a Griffin, so I was like, I can't just leave this here. I have to do something about this. So it would have been a lot shorter had I not gotten distracted by cool things.
Llamas, have a good night, buddy.
See you, Llama. Be good, man.
Oh, now you're gonna get kicked because you're not supporting the team.
Oh, Llama's gone.
Bye, llama.
Hey,
I'll see you later, dude.
Just so you guys know, we started this podcast with 275 views. After tonight, we're at 403 currently.
We
Hey.
That's a lot.
that's over a quarter of what I have just from my stream alone.
38 followers. I don't think it was that high originally.
Yeah, fucking awesome.
Yep.
Fucking awesome.
But guys and lady, I think I'm gonna call it a night as well. I think I'm gonna go headset off my ears for a minute and relax since I didn't have to go into work tonight.
I think we're all gonna call it a
Playing
night.
hooky.
Yeah. I'll be in the Discord.
I promise some people
I'll
will
be
playing.
streaming.
I promise some people I'd put in some PUBG hours, so that's what we're gonna do if they still want to.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm gonna stream Slither.
So that's what I'm gonna be doing, and I can only imagine what Fates is gonna be doing. Arc. Sorry, I gotta.
Fate.
Yeah, if what Llama called me, Yawny McYawnerson over here, if I don't end up passing out, I might jump on some Mark, but probably not gonna stream.
I did some art before the podcast.
So your arc is done for the night.
Yeah, I got some mammoths. Put up some more walls and stuff.
I catch it.
Found a Rex I need.
Well, I think this is where I'm gonna bid adieu. Chat, thank y'all so much for being here tonight. Y'all are awesome. This is why we do it. But Faith, Nicole, Lex, as always, awesome hanging with you guys, talking with y'all.
Always fun times.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure.
But y'all all have a great night, and we'll see y'all in the streams, and we'll see y'all in Discord.
See you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Have a
Bye.
good one.
All right. So then we have to give Nicole her request. We need an official ending.
Yes.
Yeah, official sign off.
Somebody needs to give us an official sign off.
If only llamas are still here.
All right, I'll do it. Well, I guess this is the Team Savage podcast number 2. Relax. Here with Nicole, Fates Pyro. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for interacting. Thank you for getting involved in the chat. You really don't know how much this means and how important the podcast is. It is a very, very big thing. A very big thing.
Shit.
But you guys truly are great. We really do appreciate it. And this team would not be anything without all of you guys pulling your weight and doing your part. So here's your official sign off. Team Savage, out.